Hey, oh wait, there we go. There we go. We're here. We're good.
Hey.
Look at this.
Hey,
Oh, wait,
no background
there we
music.
go.
That's
We're
okay.
here.
We're
Hey, I didn't put any background music this
Don't
time.
mind that. I had
No.
audio on. We're
No pre-Bee Gees.
No Bee
Here you
Gees.
go. It's gonna
Remember,
sound like
We,
this.
we defeated them all.
copyright
did.
friendly Bee Gees until Like a Virgin comes on.
Okay, it'd be like that sometimes.
Hey, at least you didn't get boned for it, did you?
I actually don't know. It's gotten to a point I have stopped paying attention.
There you go. If you just
If
ignore
I
it,
get-
it goes away.
Yeah,
I
if
could
you just
look,
ignore the laws,
but-
they just go away.
I have stopped paying attention
Yeah.
to copyright. It happens so
just ignore
often
any
now that I
part.
just don't care.
Well,
It's
double
too
check
much work.
for me,
I'm
Brendan, and let
looking.
me know because I'm curious.
Yeah, I gotta do like 6 things to pull it all up.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to
Yeah.
our fashionably late stream. As
As
always,
always.
we're here with everyone
Hey,
except
Jason's freaking
Arthur.
a lot of
But we
views.
got ourselves a nerdy back after
Hello.
his wedding. So congratulations to him and
No
Yeah.
copyright
glad to have
claims.
him back.
Look at that. Another thing to
Very-
celebrate.
Yeah, we're celebrating a bunch of stuff today.
Haven't gotten a copyright claim since the play.
There it
Look,
is.
we got a copyright claim for the play.
Yeah, I think there's like one song that's in like one of the group of songs or whatever that like keeps getting flagged every now and
Oh.
again. Not like all, like it doesn't get flagged every time, but it gets flagged like occasionally, and I don't know why.
The boy got flagged. I'm upset about that.
That's
That's
It's
a
okay.
classic.
Not the
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Not the
Not
boy.
I don't even know what like oh, it was like near the end when we were fighting the hag.
Man,
Yeah, there was
that
like a
was such
song
a
in
good.
combat or
You
whatever.
know what? I might have used a new song for that
Yeah.
battle. I'll have to go back.
I know there's
Oh,
like
well.
one that keeps like popping up occasionally that's in one of the groups or whatever that's been annoying me.
Well, let me know which one it is, and I'll weed that listing out. Anyways, welcome everyone. Sorry for the rambles there. We're just vibing today, having a good time. Gonna keep on keeping on, and yeah, hope everyone had a good 4th of July. Who lives in America? I mean, as good as it can be, I guess. And
Wah,
In
wah.
Jamaica, they were celebrating.
what'd you say?
In Jamaica, they were celebrating the 4th of July.
Or- nice.
Wow.
Yup, they're like at our resort. It was like all over the place. American flags everywhere.
Yeah,
Giant
fireworks.
cardboard. I don't know about fireworks. We left before it was night, but we had like a big old cardboard cutout of Uncle Sam and stuff.
Like we heard some Americans are here.
They're like, y'all need your guys' birthday party.
Yeah.
That sounds like a touristy thing to do, actually.
So it was very strange.
That
That's
is
funny.
very strange. I
Yeah.
would agree with that.
Very silly.
Well, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. I got the creepy music going.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
always, like and subscribe on the Renakai 5 channel. I actually don't think I've said that like the last 6 times. So like and subscribe.
Do it.
yeah, I don't even say it on my own stuff.
That's
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon, you gotta get on that. Plug yourself.
True. Self-promotion
Yeah.
just, it always feels weird.
Do it.
There's
Yeah,
there's
I
never a
agree
time
with
where
that.
it doesn't feel weird.
Do it
to me.
anyway.
Yep.
That's why I pay people to promote this thing. And as you can tell, it's done wonders for our channel.
We're sponsored by so many people.
Yeah, definitely.
Sponsorships by Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, Raid
Raid
Shadow Legends. I was
Shadow
gonna wait for that
Shadow
email.
Legends.
That sponsorship. And I want Brendan to just give the entire 5-minute spiel they want for that thing too, with all the screens and video and everything
my
else.
gosh.
With their
The
newest,
War.
what is it right now? Is it the Hydra
I
still?
know.
Are they still doing the Hydra ad, or is it the Doom Tower ad they're doing right now?
I don't know. I skip it whenever it pops up if I'm able to.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know what they're.
Like,
their
dude,
current
even if I
run
can, I
is.
don't pay attention
or
to
their
it. I'm
ad
on my
read is.
phone. Obviously, this is just
I don't play Raid, so I don't know what the
Raid
new
Shadow
thing in Raid
Legends.
Shadow Legends is. I don't know what they're advertising it for.
I don't even
Did our-
know what it is.
Did our bot just leave?
Yep.
It heard us talking about Raid, and it was like, no,
Raid Shadow Legends, I guess.
no, I can't handle the Raid Shadow Legends talk.
He was the homie, man. We were dissing his friend.
He's good friends with the Raid Shadow Legends ads.
Yep.
Guy who does all
Well,
those
he's
ads.
back. I summoned him back. I said, bitch, I pay your salary. Do your job.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, with that, with the creepy music playing, we will go ahead and do a recap of last week's session, which was the big, fun, crazy dance-off
Yes.
against Duke Seymour Ellington, which was just a combat encounter, but everyone flavored all of their attacks to be dance. And you beat him!
We did.
I
The
believe
power
Darby
dance.
got the
Yes,
final,
I got the final hit.
pose off of him.
Yep. I don't remember what I put it on the count as. I
don't
know he's
remember.
on there
Okay.
though.
So you defeated the Duke, and he
Whatever
kind of had a
has
mental
voted.
breakdown. You sort of ruined his life a little bit mentally. But you know, with Mila and Boris there, you guys managed to get him back up on his feet. He's still talking like Adam Sandler as Dracula from Hotel Transylvania,
Oh, actually,
which
I'm
kind
gonna
of
put
made
him on
his
the
day
count.
that everyone was okay with that. And they went off to, you know, have a family powwow, promising to actually get you your map piece. You've done all of this garbage. You're still getting your map piece, though.
Heck yeah.
Which I have noticed that as I've been going through my notes and everything for this thing, that literally the map piece has just been available from the start. This whole arc, it's just been there, and all of this BS is going on in the background because this guy won't do what he needs to do with it.
Doesn't want to do it.
Not
Nope, he's-
helping. Just not helping.
There we go. I have added Duke Seymour Ellington to the count because apparently I forgot to.
Oh, well, was no
Okay,
bueno
he's
on
on
you.
there now though.
Anyways, that was the hunk of the session last week. You guys left. You went to the inn, got a room where you met Granny Wu, this nasty old lady who mentioned that there is a hag that has been terrorizing Grutters, and it's been scaring away travelers. And for some coin, or a reward at least, she has asked you to take care of it, and that's what the party ultimately agreed to do before heading out to figure out where the hag is in this cave in the forest that she referenced. You guys visited the town hall where you met Mayor Clerk, and he informed you that the Duke has put out a bounty on a bunch of displacer beasts that have been terrorizing the town also. Being a vampire, he draws in all these dark forces that he doesn't necessarily want around, so he's paying everyone a sum of gold per displacer beast head. Or it's 150 gold for killing 5 of them. And that is actually what you did. Is as you were making your way towards the cave, you came across the 5 displacer beasts and defeated them in combat. And I believe you took ears, or you took some
It
trophy.
was the tail.
Tail. It's been
Yeah.
a week, 2 weeks since last
It
game.
was the
so-
we cut the
Whoa.
tails off.
And that is where we anticlimactically ended our session, because we were going late and combat ended, and we were just like, well, this is it. We have a good holiday, everyone. Bye. So you guys, after defeating the displacer beasts and taking the tails off of them, you find yourself just in the clearing.
Okay.
Bunch of
Onward.
dead displacer beast
Well,
bodies around.
well, there's probably good moving, right?
Yes, onward.
Yeah, that sounds.
It's not really much we need here. We got what we needed from them. We got the whatever's the tails. Cut that off.
All right. So someone would like to add the 5 displacer beast tails to your inventory if you haven't already. Go ahead. And I will need a survival check from one of you to continue your hunt
Ooh.
for the cave, which Granny Wu was unsure of exactly where it was in this forest.
I
got a
call
plus.
not it.
I got a plus
I
3.
also call not it.
Yeah.
My
Our
survival's
paladin.
not good.
Sounds like your paladin is your survivals expert. Arthur has a +2, so he ain't gonna be any
If only Darian was
I was about
here.
to say if only we had the ranger.
range.
That's-
17.
Like our whole day.
All right, so Ruma, you kind of begin to look around the forest clearing as the rest of the party begins to gather up the tails, and you sort of get a headwind a little bit on exactly where this cave might be. You see these rolling hills, still littered and covered with trees off in the distance, where you can suspect that natural cave formations would probably start to take shape. Also, because you rolled so well, you actually see strange footprints in the ground. Things, multiple things that walk on two legs. Most likely not elven, considering most elves live in high water, and even dusk elves who reside in the forests do not reside this far north typically.
And they typically walk on all fours, so that rules them out.
That is not. No, no, they don't.
I joke, I kid.
As a dusk elf, no, no, they don't.
I'll just quietly point out the tracks to the group. Kind of motioning maybe we should follow them.
I'm in on that.
Sure, why not?
All right, I take the lead.
Alright, so Ruma, taking the lead, you begin following the tracks. And after maybe an hour of walking and searching, losing the trail for a bit, refinding the trail, you come across a section of these rolling hills. And they're quite large as you've neared them. It almost looks like hills on top of hills. Like you start with like one hump, and then there's like another hump on top of it. Not quite mountainous, not like the Dragon Reach Mountains off in the west, but these are definitely very large sets of hills. And Ruma, as you are following these tracks, they end at the hills. And as you look up, you can actually see a cave on the second mound, set in off to the left, maybe a good uh, quarter mile from where you are. Quarter mile, not counting any elevation that you need to take upwards.
I'll progress towards the cave.
All right. You guys continue to follow Ruma up the hill and to the cave. It's not a largemouth cave. This isn't going to be something that a dragon or other large imposing beast would come out of. In fact, it's more of a narrow fissure in the side of this hill, just big enough to be noticeable, but not large enough that oversized creature of some kind could squeeze themselves into, unless maybe it was a slime or gelatinous cube or something like that. But even with your bulky armors and Sentinel's large um, fried thighs, you guys can still easily fit yourself into this cave fissure, which is incredibly dark. So if you do not have dark vision, it will be a bit difficult to see.
I think I do.
Elias?
I actually don't believe
I
Goliaths
don't think
do.
Elias get it. Unless you got it from somewhere else. I do.
Oh,
I don't
I
believe
know.
Sentinel has. Sentinel, do you have dark vision?
I do not.
The only two people with dark vision now in this party are Darby and Arthur. That's hilarious. I feel like when you play D&D 5e, everyone has dark vision except for the human.
Yep.
That's kind of usually how it is. It's like every race gets it except for human.
I will light a torch.
wait. Oh, I was gonna say I also have light stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dr. Watts, would you like to cast? I'm assuming it's the light spell.
It's not the light spell. I have the magical tinkering. I can take a
Ah,
small
that's
object
right.
and add a thing to it.
Yep.
So I
That is
just pretty
right.
much shake up some bioluminescent algae, slap it on a rock.
All right, Dr. Watts, you easily find a stone on these hills, and you do just as you said. You slap this bioluminescent algae on there, and with a shake, you now have a glowing blue rock.
Yeah. I'm gonna see how far the light goes. But it should be good.
That's a good question.
I don't remember how much magical tinkering goes for.
Here, I might have to get back to you. I'm trying to find it. Here we go. Object, 5 foot radius, and then bright light for 5 feet, dim light for an additional 5.
Okay,
That's
so it's not it's not quite as potent as a torch, but it does provide those without dark vision some initial light of 10 feet surrounding.
Mm-hmm.
Do you venture forth into the cave?
Do.
Yes.
Yeah,
Who would
might as
like
well.
to take the lead?
Someone
I'll
with dark vision.
Yeah. Either me or
Alright,
Dart or Arthur. I guess.
But the
since we
guy
can
who's not
actually see.
here up front.
Yeah.
All right, the guy who's not here will lead the way. It's Arthur.
Birthday boy.
He can't die if he's not here, right?
Kenny? Kenny?
Well, I mean, you know, it'd be kind of rude.
You just text Eric, hey man, you
Hit
died.
me,
Yeah,
killed your
Buddy,
character.
I'm sorry,
Happy
you killed
birthday!
your
Your character's dead. Make a new one.
Yep. I might do that just for funsies after the session.
Just to mess with him.
So Arthur goes up front, and you know, he begins leading the way. And who wants to take up the rear?
Do we want dark vision in front, dark vision in back?
Yes. So Darby.
Dr. Watts is about to say something.
He's
I
like,
said no.
No.
Yeah, I'll stay in the back.
Not
Then.
All right.
It's about where I want to be, anyways.
We'll put Dr. Watts in the middle. He can light.
With his
Fur.
10-foot feet, right? Or his
Yes,
10,
you do
10
have
feet
your
of
nice cube of light, which is able, if you know you're pretty close together, is able to envelop the entire party and give them some form of light. So you
That
begin
way
making
we
your way
also
deeper
make it.
deeper and deeper into the cave. And eventually you do reach a point where you begin to see some faint light. There is this moss algae, not algae, but this like moss that hangs from the top of the cave. It's draping downward, stuck to the walls, clinging to it like glue. That offers a faint yellow glow. And it's not enough to really illuminate the way. It's not like you've walked into a lit tavern where you can see everything around you. But it does provide this sort of eerie-ish glow. And as you begin walking further and further down this narrow fissure, then you begin to see actual light from a small hanging lantern set up on a rock. I guess it's not technically hanging because it's set atop a rock. So it is a lantern set on a rock high up that gives the illusion that it's hanging, but it's not.
That's just elaborate.
Wow.
Oh much.
It's elaborate hags.
I love the look of this.
You'd love to see
That's it? It's just the
hanging,
one-
not hanging lantern.
It is just the one lantern.
I have a quick question. I have my current HP as 21 out of 61. Did we rest at any point last session?
You did not.
No, not after the last fight, no.
Ruma needs a nap.
Well,
Just 15 minutes.
Ruma might be
Probably should have done that outside of the cave.
I was gonna say you have ventured into the cave. Resting will prove challenging.
Yeah. Sorry.
I
I'm
hope
just-
you can lay hands on yourself.
I was gonna say, do you need some help?
Let me see if I have any lay hands left. Oh, I do have a whole bunch of lay
you should have a
hands.
bunch. I don't think you use that many.
Say, I believe Dr. Watts last session. I think I had you use your healer's kit on him already.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
then
he
if
was
that isn't all-
he was tank boy last
Yeah,
battle.
he had like
I
3
got
enemies hitting him.
banked.
It was
was
bad.
Well then,
he was getting slapped.
okay. Well then, we have to wait for a long rest before I can use it on you.
All right, I just used all my lay on hands.
All right,
Good.
if you'd like to update your little
All
party
of that,
with the amount-
jeez.
with the amount you've laid yourself,
Selfish.
you may do that.
Well, I only get 35 points, and I was at 21 out of 61.
That's fair.
Almost. full.
Am I supposed to be in a map right now? I'm still on the welcome to Elyssia.
Nope, you're still on the welcome screen. I unfortunately have no dungeon map for you this time because it's not really
Okay.
a dungeon.
All
Because
right.
as you see this lantern, you walk a little further into the cave, you come upon a foul, horrid smell, almost like rotting flesh.
Yui.
Very undead smelling. And
Well,
this-
I
this
recognize that.
fissure just leads to this large circular room. And it's been narrow enough that you've all really been walking single file. You haven't really been able to bunch or group up. But the fissure ends at this large, cavernous room with a high ceiling. If you kind of peer your head out the fissure a bit and look upwards, you just see it climb and climb and climb until it reaches the top of the hill, where there's this slight crack in the top of it. And there's a large bonfire that's burning in the center of this fissure. And the smoke is kind of filling the room. It's billowing upwards, escaping through this crack, but it's so smoky that it's difficult to see through. and there's these shapes. There's 6 shapes, kind of gathered around this fire, and this otherworldly, strange language is being uttered. And actually, let me see what language it is. Does anyone actually? I know Arthur. Does I'll do this. Does anyone speak Abyssal?
No.
Okay, so you do not recognize the language. It's very, very odd, very disconcerting. And there's the flames and smoke kind of waft upwards. You get a better look at these shapes. First, you see a old crone with a sort of cracked back, her shoulders dislocated in weird ways where one is higher and the other lower, and this is just kind of her natural shape. Standing next to the fire, her misshapen, malformed hands making motions within the smoke, almost creating symbols and words, forming sentences, entire paragraphs within the smoke. And around her, gathered around the fire, with their hands covering their eyes, long tongues hanging out from their mouths, are these vile, disgusting, undead creatures. Which I will assume, I'll say what they are because I will assume some of you have seen them. They are gas.
Well, I'm assuming Ruma has dealt with gas in the past.
Definitely Ruma has dealt with gas.
We might have actually fought them before.
I don't think we have in
No,
this campaign.
We have not.
I don't know if you
No.
have in this campaign. Probably a previous
Yeah.
one.
Unless
Ruma is
we,
an
unless we
undead
fought them
expert.
and they left, we have not fought them because they're not on the count. Or an NPC killed them.
All right. Ruma's going to ready his hammer and shield.
Okay.
And he's going to exclaim, "We found our hag." He's gonna look like, "Is there a plan we should have?" Because I'm about to jump in. Is the expression on Ruma's face?
I,
Jump.
I think.
I
Oh,
don't
go ahead.
entirely know.
Where? Do
He
we
was
have
gonna
our
jump.
hag?
Yeah, it's right in front of us, right?
Yes, like I said, big. You're still in the fissure, kind of this narrow walkway you've been going down, and it opens up this kind of large cavernous room.
Yeah, I guess I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna ready to move when Ruma moves.
Yeah, looks like a hag. Seems like a hag. So, if our plan is just to go in and kill it, that's what we're here for. So,
All right.
Seems like Ruma, they're giving you the go ahead.
I'll
here,
give-
buddy.
I'll give Sentinel the head nod, and I'm gonna charge right in.
All right, everybody, go ahead and give me an initiative roll. You're gonna need to use a little theater of the mind for this map here. This is technically supposed to look like a cave, and these trees are giant, like rock formations, not trees.
Giant rock formation.
it's totally a cave. Yeah.
It's our tree blight map.
That's all I can see.
Yeah.
You gotta add us to the initiative, Derry.
Oh, I do, don't I?
What? is
You are
my dice?
added.
I rolled so bad. Oh, yeah, I rolled okay. No.
Didn't bring-
And Arthur gets a huge bonus. You know, he gets to add his charisma and his dexterity because he's so cool.
Washbuckler rogue, baby.
It is actually very cool. I'm not gonna lie. Being a pirate sounds like fun.
Yep.
Ooh.
If One Piece has taught me anything, it's the fact
Being a pirate is
for
fun.
10,000 episodes.
Yeah. And still counting.
Still going.
Still going.
Isn't it like supposed to be like?
Nope.
Is
I
this
don't
the
think
last
the creator has given any indication.
Is this the
I-
last season?
I was the next arc in the manga is the last arc.
Ah.
in the manga,
Okay.
he said. But the manga's not even like they're not even done with the arc they're on. So
Yeah.
it's like they got one last one, and the show is not caught up any
Yeah,
to
the-
the
If
manga.
the show's like what 6 or 7 behind that.
Yeah, so like the show
Oh,
will
far
keep going
behind.
for the rest of so we're all old and gray, but the manga's gonna be done soon.
That is one series I have never gotten into is One Piece.
I watched. I think like I don't
tried,
know.
but it's too daunting.
like 30 episodes or so.
Yeah.
And then I stopped because I was.
There's just
Darby,
so
what is your dexterity?
18.
The actual number. 18. Okay.
Yeah, I got
You
a
are
big
ahead
dex.
of those guests then. Alright, so Ruma, you just come barreling out like a bat out of hell, just all ready for
Unsurprisingly.
war. And the hag who's doing her thing kind of just looks up and sees you. And the ghasts pull their hands away from their eyes. And you just kind of stare at each other for a moment. And the hag raises its arms and kind of defensively
Oh,
barks something in abyssal to the gas around it, and we commence with Sentinel, I guess. So
Oh,
this
real
is
quick, Ethan.
interesting. Yes.
I was gonna say, can I start a little bit forward as I charged forward?
Yeah, go ahead.
Kind of hoping to draw the attention of the
Yep, go ahead.
people.
5 or
I'll go
10
next to
feet.
this rock here.
What was the I should ask this because I placed you in just a bundle here. What was the order? I know Darby was in the
Yeah,
back.
I would be in the back, and then it'd probably be
Arthur would have
Arthur's
been
Let's
up
say-
front. So Arthur would be
Yeah.
second in line at this point.
So Darby, move back just one. I'll be in front of you
Yeah.
since we're
Yeah,
doing the
since
You're
middle.
thinking
Ruma would
like
be
that?
in front.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So Ruma, you kind of had to shove Arthur out of the way. This is a narrow fissure, to squeeze your way out. So it wasn't this victory charge you were hoping for. It was more of like a awkward, like, okay, you move over that way, and I'm gonna squeeze this way.
That
Shuffle.
movie
get you
theater
out.
shuffle.
I love it.
Sentinel, you are 2 people behind you. It is going to cost you an extra 5 feet of movement to move past both Arthur and Dr. Watts.
Ooh, that's good.
How tall is this
First
fissure?
spot, so it's technically 10 feet. How tall? It's not very tall. You cannot fly. That is what you
8. Yes. All right.
Bro.
I'm just going to. I'm gonna yell out to Ruma. I'm with you in just a minute, and I just pull out from under my arm, just kind of shuffle in, and I'm gonna grab my javelin and toss it at this guy over to the left over here.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll there, Sentinel.
Can I with throwing? Can I
Reckless? I don't
reckless?
actually know.
I actually don't know. What is the
Yeah,
ability thing?
what's the turn for
That's fine.
reckless? Let's look.
Says when you make your first attack on your turn.
Reckless attack, you can for subtle concern. When you make your first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing so gives you
Doing so gives you
doing
advantage
so
on
gives you
melee
a
weapon attack
melee.
rolls using strength
Yeah,
this
so I
turn.
cannot. Okay, so it'll just be
Okay.
one.
It has to be on advantage or on melee attack. Good.
13.
13? That
Yeah.
hits?
Hey.
Oh yeah, I forgot. These things have like no AC.
8 damage.
It will all of a sudden from the fissure as these ghasts are preparing to attack, Ruma, you've charged out, this javelin just flies out from the dark and just stabs one of them, and it kind of looks down. It's jammed into its chest, just sticking outward, and it's looking at this giant javelin just smashed into it.
And then I can. The attacks aren't just melee or anything, so I can throw another one.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes.
Yes, you can throw two if you have to.
Oh, that was worse. It's 10.
That will miss. The
Alright.
second javelin, Ruma, comes flying out from the dark, aimed at the same one, and it just goes overhead and clacks against the cave wall.
Alright, that's it for me.
Alright, Arthur will be next. But I just realized something. We have dull, not good battle music right now.
It's ominous cave
It's
music.
Creepy game.
We have creepy cave music, so we're gonna get some
The first number is I-23.
I-20.
I-20.
Yes.
I-23.
I-24. Oh, I need to buy.
Alright, Arthur. He's also pretty wounded, is gonna come out and he's go 5, 10, 15, and he's gonna go at the one next to that Sentinel was going after. He's gonna swing his scimitar. He will hit with his scimitar. And he is going to get sneak attack on that because he is by themselves for a extra 4d6.
Ooh,
Some spicy
this
music.
is good battle music.
Yeah.
He hits with a 17,
Ooh.
and then he is going to make an offhand attack with his other one. He rolls a fat 2, which will miss. So the one ghoul has taken quite a bit of damage. It's bleeding very heavily. Doesn't look too hot, but Arthur misses his second attack. Going to the Night Hag, who is going to pull out. She has like a staff with like a hobbling head on it, and she begins to like jiggle it and shake it, and fires out a green ball of energy at you, Ruma.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 23 hit you?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
All right, you will take no damage. However, until you succeed on a Constitution saving throw at the end of your turn, all weapon attacks that use strength are halved.
Oh. What do I have to pass every
Oh,
turn? A
no.
wisdom
A
save?
Constitution
save.
save.
Con save. Okay, that should be fine. I
That's
hope
at the
maybe.
end of your turn.
And
Damage.
the hag will move back a bit.
Off the screen.
But it will be the gas turn. We'll go 5, 10, and he is going to swing at you again, Ruma.
Do
Our lovely little 6 will definitely miss you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this one's gonna go
What are my spell
5,
slots looking
10,
like? Okay.
15, 20, and this one's gonna attack Arthur. Ooh, that might still miss. That still misses due to Arthur's cape. Dr. Watts, you are next.
Okie dokie. Well, nothing's really happened yet. I'm gonna go over here, and I'm just going to heal. I'll give you one of the healing potions, you think? We have about 6 of them.
Ruma or Arthur?
Ruma, because he's
Oh,
worse off.
I'm at 56 out of 61, so I think
Yeah,
Arthur's
he's-
worse off, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I did lay on hands on
Yeah,
myself.
he just before we-
Arthur is as less health than that, right?
all right. Yeah, I'm gonna give him that as
Arthur's doing
a
pretty bad, and I'm probably
action.
not doing great either.
2d4.
Go ahead.
That is 9 healing for him, and then as
Okay.
My bonus action, I'm going to. As my action, I'm gonna dodge and move back
Okay.
over here.
Sounds good. Here, real quick, because this map is not 100% what this cave looks like.
Oh
The
yeah.
entrance to the fissure. That's not
Some
what it is.
constraints here.
Some like good synth going on in there.
Yeah.
Oh, it stopped.
It's not very long. So the entrance, it's in yellow now.
That's fine.
The entrance to the fissure is kind of like that.
Okay.
So where you are, Dr. Watts, is completely fine, and you're dodging.
Yep.
All right, Darby, you are next.
Well, I guess it's time to use my second spell slot of the short rest period to do what I always love to do. We're bringing in the boyo. We'll put him there. Bouncer.
Oh my.
I'm sorry.
Let me make sure we're good here. Yep. All right. That's my action. As I'll pull out. I'll throw the D-Kips card into the middle of the
Yeah.
fray. What form is this? Is it dimly lit in here?
Yes.
Ooh.
Actually, no, because there's technically a fire going. So
Hold on, I will draw the fire.
Yes.
In that
the
case-
map is dark, but there is a fire going, so no, it is not dimly lit.
Okay. Then it'll be despair, as usual.
Okay.
And no bonus action, and I am fine standing where I am. I will tell the bouncer to just start swinging.
All right. Who would you like to swing at?
And the bouncer will swing. We'll swing at this one to the right of room right here.
This right here.
Where is my D20? 12 damage.
I have a question for you. Is this technically the start of its turn?
It will become the start of its turn, yes. Because it goes. It's
I
its
need
separate
it to
turn.
make a Constitution saving throw.
Interesting. Okay. That is. I don't think it has any extra bonuses. So that's a dirty 20.
Nothing happens.
All right. And it will begin its attacks. So first big old hold punch. Probably a big miss. That's well, actually no, 14 to hit.
That'll hit it.
8 plus 7 is 15 cold.
Takes 15 cold.
And then second swing. That is a 10.
That misses.
Okay, I nat one the damage roll as well.
So the bouncer goes, it clocks the gas across the face, goes to punch again, but it's blocked by a free hand. Anything else for your boy?
He will stay there. Any of them that start within 5 feet of him will have 20 movement reduced
Okay.
for their turn.
This one's going to go, and it's going to attack your guy.
I'll concentrate.
Instead of trying to bite like the other ones did, this one pulls out its claws, and that is going to be an 18.
That will hit.
That is 11 points of slashing damage, and I need another con save.
That's a 5.
It is paralyzed for 1 minute.
Ooh, that's not good.
I mean, it can be.
Yes, it can. It's only immune to frightening.
Okay, so it is paralyzed for 1 minute. This one's going to go. It's going to go 5, 10, 15, and it will attack that with advantage.
Yep.
I believe it auto crits too.
Auto crits if it's a hit, I believe. I don't remember. You think I would have this memorized because I do people.
It's all right.
Let's double check. Paralyzed
That is-
creatures incapacitated, can't move or speak. Can't. Well, I mean, I guess it can't technically speak. Paralyzed. Respect. Attack rolls have advantage. Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit.
All right, so it will 17 again.
That hits.
All right, that is going to be 16 points of slashing damage.
He is still up.
And at the start of its turn, it may make another con save to try and break the paralyzing.
Okay.
Ruma.
Just in time, I just finished my bonfire.
Mm.
I think it's a pretty good one. It's got
Ooh.
layers to it.
It
That's
does. I
not
like
bad.
it.
Yes, I can see the heat.
Thank you. All right. Ruma is very simply going to bring his hammer down on this guy right in front of him. But okay, so you said
All
it
right,
is.
go ahead.
Is it half of my strength modifier or half of my modifier to
it's
hit?
half the modifier?
It
I don't
is.
know.
At
That's
the
half the
end,
modifier.
so the target deals half damage with weapon attacks
Hmm.
that use strength for the duration.
Oh, it's half.
So you do half
damage,
damage.
not half to hit. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, that's what, like Ray of Sickening or whatever.
Ray of Enfeeblement.
That's what. There's like 3 of them that do slightly different things, but are all kind of the same. So, well, your rolls will be normal. You just do half damage.
I think he's frozen.
Hey, I think he
Swift
froze.
I was like, he's
I know what
not
to say.
moving.
Looking over there, looks like he froze.
I'm like, the fan's not moving.
Yeah, that's a telltale sign. All right.
Ruma, you froze.
Ruma turned into ice right before.
Oh, is he still there? Oh, he is.
It
Right.
still says Daring Kids.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, for the order on the camera, so I don't have to move everything around too much.
Well, to keep things moving, I will go ahead and make a roll for him here. Let me just pull up his character real quick. This song would be epic if it wouldn't stop it. Like,
Yeah.
It's
like
so
when it's
short.
getting good.
That's short. Oh, it's only like 2 minutes long. Wow.
Yeah, it's very short.
Technical difficulties, please hold.
Maybe a technical difficulty stream. Alright, so he's gonna take a swing here. Alright, he will hit with an 18. I don't know if he's been one-handing or two-handing, so he's two-handing.
He's one-handing because he's got a shield.
Ah, thank you. Good point.
He literally cannot two-hand.
So he does
just a
a
peak
big
one.
whopping at half 3 damage,
Yeah.
That's 3 more than before.
but he's gonna go ahead. He's gonna pop a whatchamacallit, a radiant divine smite,
Ooh.
which will not be half because it's not strength.
Oh, there he goes.
And he died.
Yeah, don't mind the cameras. They're going to be broken until he gets back.
He said Discord is not working. Oh! Big 12 radiant damage.
There we go.
There it is.
And then he will get to go ahead and do his save. Oh, that is a nat 20. He breaks his ray of enfeeblement. However, this gas is going to go and it's going to attack Arthur. And it will hit Arthur right on the money with an 18 for the 2d6. Does 7 damage to him, and Arthur will also have to make the save or be paralyzed. And Arthur will be okay. He will not be paralyzed. Sentinel, it's your turn.
Alrighty. Dr. Watts or Darby, do you guys need any some juice in your spell slots?
I don't believe you can restore mine because they are 4th level.
Your
Ruma has only used 1 right now.
Yeah, and
I haven't used any. And technically, I don't have spells.
and Jamie doesn't have spell slots, quote unquote.
yeah,
Even though mechanically he does.
He does.
what do you call them? Health slots, medicine,
No, inventions.
inventions. All right.
His
So I'm
invention.
gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. We'll go right in there. And then we will rage.
Rage!
Rage Shadow Legends.
Rage. Shadow. Wow, these cameras are all checked.
Yeah!
You just hurry up and get back in here so I don't have to look at
Yes!
how terrible this looks.
Jack 'em up, baby.
And
I guess what I can do. I
Yeah.
don't know how much this will help. It'll probably be
if only your guy wasn't there.
order.
What?
Let's. It's gonna be right between these two.
It's,
Okay.
well, it's
All of a sudden, a little flump. He's got a Jets jersey on and a cigar in his mouth, and he went, "Hey, what's up, guys?
He's
You look
back.
like you're in a little bit of trouble here.
Back!
He's back.
Let
Been a while.
me give you a helping hand." And then look at that. He always is he's the greatest. That's 6 force damage. If they don't succeed on dexterity saving throw.
I believe your
The
guy
bouncer
cannot make a dex
cannot
save.
even make a save.
Well, the bouncer won't be included because.
Oh,
You
you
can
get
choose.
to
Oh
pick
wait, it does say each
all
creature, so
targets?
it's not even which ones that I can choose. So
That is fine.
yeah.
I don't
Sorry,
believe he's
take
allowed to make one while
Uh,
he's incapacitated.
Does a
Paralyzed, which is
15
incapacitated.
survive?
Hey, what?
A 15. 15 and 14 are what I rolled.
Auto fail strength and dex saves.
11, 15. It ties.
Ties? That will go to you.
All right. Then they take the 6 force damage.
Nice.
Your squidling explodes and the 6 damage across the board.
And then, I will take a swing at the guy in front of me. Reckless.
This guy or this guy?
The one right here.
All right, go ahead. Give me that roll, Sentinel.
That is 14 plus 8. 22.
That'll hit.
And then for the second time, that is a 13.
That'll hit.
That's
All
not
right.
as easy to do as I thought it would be. We'll do it later.
9, 10, 11, 14, 15, plus 25 for total between the two attacks.
It is not looking good, Sentinel.
Alrighty, that's it.
All right, Arthur's gonna go, and I forgot to do this for Ruma, but I need Arthur to make a Constitution saving throw, which he succeeds, so nothing will happen, and he's just gonna keep going ham on the guy in front here. Ooh. That'll just hit. Hey, he's back.
He's back.
Oh, hey, there we go.
It was so weird because I was sitting there asking a question and I thought you guys were ignoring me, and then I heard you say, "He's froze. His fan isn't moving," and I was like, "Oh, I'll just restart Discord," and then it freaked out on me.
Oh,
Yeah.
So but you guys didn't. It was weird.
Arthur slaughters
Hey,
gas.
first one.
by decapitating it, and he will use his offhand attack on this one. And he will miss with his offhand attack again.
I was a struggle with those ones, that's okay.
Alright, our good friend the Night Hag is going to go. Sentinel, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oof.
Oh, that's like the thing he sucks at.
Yep. 10?
10?
Ooh,
Sentinel, you have been polymorphed
Nope.
into a squirrel.
written out again.
Oh no.
How many health points do I have as a squirrel?
Like one.
That
Yeah.
is a... Yeah, probably like 1. I would say 1 health.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot.
I'll look up a.
Yeah.
Dang, that's not good.
No, it is not. But we can break the polymorph.
And break the polymorph.
We just gotta break the squirrel form.
Alright, this one's gonna go. And it is going to attack Ruma with its
It is
claws.
one.
Yeah.
That
Oh.
is a natural 20.
What's the
Well,
what's the movement
not
speed of a
enough.
squirrel, Sentinel?
30.
Okay, you have 10 feet of movement on the start of your turn.
You
I
take
can
10
bite?
slashing damage, and I need a con save from you, Ruma.
Con save.
Should be good at those.
Oh, 11.
Okay, well,
Ooh.
Mm-mm.
Ooh. You succeed.
Oh, hey.
Oh, nice.
All right.
good.
Don't forget to subtract from your pawn on roll 20, and the next gas is going to go and will attack Arthur, since Arthur attacked it. And it will miss with a 10. Dr. Watts!
Okay, I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I am going to pull a string on my coat, launching a group of acid-filled vials
Ooh.
in a line, going from basically from here to here.
That's
Both gas need to make a dexterity saving.
The first one is an 18. The second one is a 14.
Well, 18 passes, 14 fails.
So this one will fail.
So they're covered in acid, and they take 2d4 acid damage at the start of each of its turns until it takes an action to wipe it off or get rid of it.
Just the one that failed?
When they fail, yep.
All right, I'm representing acid with green. He is covered in acid.
little
And
caustic
then
brew.
I'm going to. Yeah, I don't really know what happened to Can I grab Sentinel?
I guess I'd
squirrel, though.
consider it an object interaction. So if you'd like to pick up the tiny squirrel, you may.
I'm gonna come over here, pick up. Oh wait, no, then I'm gonna be in that guy's
Yeah.
directly in that
Gonna
guy's.
be in that guy's
way.
business.
I'm gonna just go 5,
Stand on his dead body.
10.
You can stand on the dead body.
Yeah, I'm good. I think I'm good where I want.
I'm good.
Oh, okay. I mean, worst case scenario, Squirrel Sentinel gets hit like one time, and then he becomes Big Sentinel again.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
That's very true.
And then you have Big Sentinel in your hand.
Yeah,
Yep.
then it becomes really awkward for you.
We've all had big Sentinel in our...
Dr. Watts, are you all set?
That's me. I'm good.
Alright.
Darby.
I mean, I'm in range to hit like anything, but I do technically have like. I'll step up a little bit, and I'll huck a card at. Huck a card at the one that Ruma's been hitting, the one right in front of him.
Okay, go ahead and hug that card, baby.
That is 17 to hit.
That's
You're gonna be real impressed with this damage. 6 force damage.
take 6 force damage.
That is the lowest I can roll. Second card, same target.
Chuck the cards.
Ooh, almost a nat 20, but a 19 on the die for
That'll-
27 to hit.
That'll hit.
And then max damage for 15 force damage.
Nice.
Darby, how'd you like to do that?
Hey. One ace in the chest, and then another right in the forehead.
All right, so
And just
Darby
knock
hugs
it back.
both cards. They sail right between Dr. Watts and Dr. Watts' head and probably Ruma's like armpits. And you see them both stick in, and the gas just like freezes and then topples backwards dead.
And then I will tell the bouncer that he needs to shake it off and get back in there.
Watch
All
it,
right,
they're
the
typical-
bouncer needs to give me a con save.
It's at the end of his turn.
Yep.
So unfortunate. That is, I think, a 7. Double check, but I'm pretty sure he's a +2. That is in fact a 7.
He remains paralyzed.
I might just drop concentration on me at this point. No, it's fine.
And
You can
are you
say.
all set there?
That is
Darby?
all I can do.
All right, this one's going to attack the squirrel.
Not the squirrel.
That is 21 to hit the squirrel.
Oh.
What's your AC as a
That
squirrel?
hits. My AC is 10.
Yeah, okay.
10. All right.
Sounds about right.
So I believe
higher
you
than I
are
thought.
out of rage as well, being polymorphed.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? That's a
Why
good
would
question.
he be? Like, nothing happened to his, like...
He's an
it-
angry
Yeah,
squirrel.
Spymark doesn't change your mental stats at all. Like your mentality.
Yeah.
Like you know what's going on still to a degree.
I believe polymorph does change
But
your mental stats.
Let's. We can take that.
Oh,
No,
wait.
I shouldn't.
Does it change you into a squirrel like you think you're a squirrel?
No.
So transforms you into a creature you can see at range, an unwilling creature, wisdom
I
save.
feel like a rage, because rage might also have something on there.
Creatures.
The range, again, reach stuff.
The target's game statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by the statistics.
Oh,
Yeah,
of those
yeah.
races.
Dang, yeah, no, so he's not raging.
So you're not raging. So you will
Okay.
take 13 points. So you have 1 HP, so you technically take 12 points as you revert back to Sentinel. And I will need a Constitution saving throw from you.
So rage specifically though says it ends early if you are knocked unconscious or if on your turn, or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature.
But then I'm not Sentinel anymore.
Yeah, he's a
So-
squirrel, so I'm going to say his rage most likely has ended since squirrels do not have that ability.
Because it technically, I guess Sentinel would be unconscious. I don't
No, you would just be
like. There's
a squirrel.
my consciousness of
I would
being
say
Sentinel
mentally
is
the
normal.
squirrel is incapable of raging.
The angry
no
squirrel.
They plot. They plan.
They do. I've watched whole videos of them go through.
No, I'm probably thinking of wild shape.
Horses.
Alright,
To get
Sentinel,
food.
what's that con save?
My con save is 19.
You
Luckily,
are A-OK
I have
then, my
good
friend.
con.
Alright, this one's gonna go, and it's just gonna keep wailing on that bouncer.
Yep.
That
Not much of them
is
left.
18.
Super hits.
Oh, that's big damage. 19 points of slasher.
D Kips is down. Again.
And then it's going to move up. Ruma, I need a con save from you.
Oh no. For what? 22.
You are okay.
These things have like a thing if you're near them.
Oh. Alright. I'm going to dance my way around to here.
Okay.
And then I will hit. Or did you use my hunter's mark last turn?
I did not. I did a
A
smite.
smite. First level, I assume.
Yeah, first level smite,
Oh,
and I
let
took it off your
me-
character thing.
Okay, cool. I just used it on D&D Beyond too. Okay, cool. I'm going to bonus action hunter's mark the acid guy.
The acid guy is Hunter's Mark.
I'm also no longer.
Excellent. And then I am going to hit him twice.
Hit him twice.
22 to hit
That'll
and
hit.
16 to hit.
That'll hit both hits. Both hits.
For this.
You do full damage.
This. That was poopy. Plus that. Nope, that's 12 damage on the first hit and. Wow.
Dang.
12 damage on the second hit.
And
What are the
12 on
odds?
second?
What are the odds of that?
I don't
You
know.
rolled the
24
exact
damage
same thing.
overall.
Yeah.
How'd
Literally
you
11,
like to
11,
kill
11.
this one?
Oh, nice.
Irma's just gonna do like he's gonna press his shield up against the ghoul and kind of like spin around him and use that momentum to bring his hammer down twice.
You just bring it down twice on his head until you have brain slushy gas in front of you. Plop down at your feet. Anything else for you, Ruma?
I will move or use the rest of my movement to go here.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
Sentinel, give me a con save.
14.
You're okay.
Raging again. There is one rage that I have yet to roll this entire campaign, and it is a 2.
I think
One.
it's the one you got when you weren't.
When I wasn't
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Is it the teleporting one?
Yes, I can
Yep,
teleport.
that is you rolled that.
I
when
want
you
to
weren't
teleport
here.
so bad.
It's such a cool rage.
I just get eternal Misty Step.
Yeah, literally Misty Step for a minute every turn for free. Ridiculous.
So this one is my gems spin around me and create a bright blue light. I get +1. And also Arthur and Ruma, and I don't think. Well, let's see.
He's 15 away. I don't know how big your aura is.
Yeah, it's 10.
Then just those two for now.
Also get +1. So easy.
+1 to what? AC?
Yes.
Yep.
Sweet.
Oh, you have like a 22 now, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Nice.
Alright. So then I will
Actually,
now, for real, take some swings at the guy that I've been hitting. So let's do it.
Okay.
That is 16 to hit.
That hit.
And then that is a 26
Damage.
to hit
Don't.
for the second attack.
Give me damage. Yeah, save that.
Okay. 11 plus 5, 16.
How'd you like to kill him, Sentinel?
Alrighty. I will just ram it right in the chest. Just a big head button for the chest there.
Woodcutter's beak axe right to the chest, straight
Yeah.
through.
Hell yeah.
Not that you needed it, but did you also add your rage damage?
I did that time.
Making
And
sure.
then the other guy. So then I hit the other guy. And that is 8, 9 plus 5, 14 damage.
14. All right. He is
Okay.
still on his feet, but not looking great.
That is it.
Alright, Arthur's gonna go. He's gonna move up 1 and he's gonna go for
Ooh.
the swing. Ooh, that is gonna be a 22 for Arthur. That'll definitely hit with that.
Way to go, Arthur.
Arthur will just miss killing it.
Unfortunate.
He's got his offhand though. Which he will actually hit with this time.
Nice.
And Arthur will dispatch the ghast.
It's too fun. Not even here, and he's continuing to stay in the lead on the kill count.
Yeah. The hag is going to go and is going to cast sleep at the 6th level.
Oh,
A lot of HP.
So let's see.
Oh, that's totally
nap
fine.
time.
That is 15d8 I get to roll.
Oh my.
It's okay. I cannot
I
be
wanted
put
to
to sleep.
take a. Ruma wanted to take a rest anyway.
That's
It's
true.
actually not going. I rolled not great. So she is casting it right here. It hits within 20 feet.
Ooh,
So
all
it'll
of
hit
us.
everyone except Darby.
I can't be put to sleep
So-
magically anyway, so
You can't be put to sleep magically anyways. This actually isn't going to be as effective.
gotta live
as
the in and
this.
out.
So Dr. Watts, you are asleep,
Yep.
and you are the only one that is asleep
Ah.
because they did not roll enough to do anything
Yeah,
else.
yeah. And
However,
sleep
the
is
hag will move back slightly to the
such a
end of
cool
the
spell
kill.
that is so bad.
And Dr. Watts, I don't know if you can snap out of it unless someone snaps you out of it.
Nope. They have to take an action to wake me up. So.
You are Dr. Watts. You are Z'ing it up right now.
Yep.
The Diseaseville.
Darby.
Seeing Dr. Watts collapse unconscious to the ground, and the hag kind of continuing to back up, Darby will walk up to him and wake him up.
Dr. Watts, you're awake.
What the hell was that?
I assume magical sleep. You're fine now, I guess. That's an action to do that, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I will bonus action. I am within range. I will bonus action Hex the Hag.
Spell.
It is a first level spell slot.
You are
Technically, it's
getting
not a spell
counter-
slot, but it's
You are getting counter spelled.
that's fine. So once per long rest.
So as you go to cast Hex, the hag immediately wiggles its hobbling head staff, and the Hex fails.
And then I will back up 10 feet.
Ruma.
Ruma. Alright. I will bonus action move my hunter's mark to said hag. Unless I get counterspelled.
She already used her reaction, so
Oh, that's true.
So you're good.
she
Then I
couldn't if
will
she wanted.
Plus,
Run
you
up.
already cast it. I don't know if technically she can.
I think it has to be on the cast because you're
Yeah,
concentrating
technically
on the
moving
spell
it,
still.
It's already active.
Yeah.
Alright, and I'm gonna smack her twice. Probably use Divine Smite in there somewhere.
All right, go ahead.
You do
Alright,
get to
first
choose
one
after
to
you
hit. 17 to hit.
That will hit.
Ooh.
Sick.
Remember, you are You are still Ray of Enfeeble.
No, he's out.
Oh yeah,
thought I
you
broke
broke
that.
that. I'm sorry, you
Yeah.
broke that.
Hey, you broke it.
Yeah. She also
Um,
cast like 2 different concentration spells afterwards.
Also
Oh
true.
boy. Alright, I will. So that'll be. Ooh,
They
that
all
was a
got broken
better
like,
roll.
immediately.
Okay, so that's 13 points of bludgeoning plus my divine smite that I'm gonna use. Make sure I use this spell slot.
Does he get the extra D8?
Is she
Or D6 or
undead
whatever?
or a
She
fiend?
is not undead.
Is
or
she a
fiend?
fiend?
She is a fiend.
I get
Get
an
the
extra
bonus.
D8. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I get 3 D8.
That is the most enjoyable thing about a paladin is when you hit something that is a fiend or undead and get so many
And that'll
extra dice.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
7 additional radiant damage.
Not bad.
Okay.
And then I'll attack her again.
Go ahead.
Here
I'm assuming
comes
you
all
can
of the
only-
slots.
I'm assuming you can only Divine Smite once per turn, or how's that work?
I think you can do it as much as you want.
I
As long as
think
you
you
have
can do it
slots.
till you
Yeah,
have
as long as you
enough
have
Yeah,
the
as long as you got the
slots,
slots to
Oh.
pop, I'm pretty sure you can do it as much as you want. Oh,
Dirty 20 to hit, so that'll hit
Hits.
for
double check, but
ooh,
I'm pretty sure you can divine smite as much as you want.
for 16 points of bludgeoning, and then
Yeah.
I will. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna go second level Divine Smite.
Ooh.
So that's gonna be 4d8.
4d8.
The additional one
The
for
extra
her
die for being an
fiend.
undead or fiend or whatever it is. Fiend.
Dang.
Ooh, 19 radiant damage,
Dang. Popping it off.
and that'll do it for Ruma.
Sentinel.
That was really satisfying. I'm very much enjoying the paladin.
Yes. That's why Paladin is probably my favorite class.
and a good time to enter into the world of vampires and
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Where you get to fight a bunch of undead stuff.
That did work out really, really well.
Yeah, the timing of that is insane.
okay. So I have I can get up here. Alright, so I'm gonna move here. Well, I guess here. And then I am going to shove the hag.
I'm gonna shove her.
Yep.
Where to?
Prone?
Here.
Oh, that's you.
Next to Rumo.
Okay.
That is 17.
That'll do it.
Where'd you shove her to?
Right there.
Here.
Oh.
And then I'm going to, for my second attack, shove again. That is a 22.
That'll do it.
And we'll shove. There.
Do I get an opportunity of attack?
No.
I do not believe so because it was.
It's force
It
movement.
was not.
It's a
Yeah.
push.
Yeah.
Is this a cliff?
Technically, yes, but it's only. It's not a very high cliff.
Thing.
Will
Not
that
enough to
change
fall
what
in.
you want to do?
No. I am attempting to push this hag towards the bonfire.
I was wondering what you were doing.
I was like, what's happening?
Sentinel walks up and starts shoving creatures? What is
I
going
didn't, I
on?
didn't realize that shoving only goes 5 feet, but I'm doing it anyways. It was in my head.
5 feet or knock
There it
them
is.
prone.
Well,
I mean,
actually, I
for-
think 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, Arthur will shoot it with his pistol, though. Arthur will hit. $21 damage from Arthur.
Dang, that's a good shot.
Thanks, Arthur.
Blast it with the pistol. Alright, the hag is going to go. Ooh. What is the hag going to do?
Hag don't even know.
The hag is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. And I need Arthur, Ruma, Sentinel to give me a dex save.
Yay, at least
You
I
have
have
advantage,
advantage.
Sentinel, yeah.
Arthur will
I do.
succeed.
But Arthur might have... I don't know at what level Rogue gets the
Yes,
evasion.
he will not take any damage because of his
Evasion, yeah. I didn't remember if Rogue had it yet or not.
I got
Well,
11.
I saw my die go on 20, and then
And
it
then what?
popped over to 8, and I was like, you jerk! So even on advantage.
Oh,
I
wow,
got
he
12.
just got evasion, okay.
I
Alright,
got
so I'm sorry. What did everyone roll?
12.
12. Sentinel.
12.
Okay, Arthur succeed and will take no damage. The hag cast this at the 5th level. You guys are going to take 39 points of lightning damage.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I got an 11, not a 12. Doesn't change anything.
It doesn't change anything,
No,
unfortunately.
in fact, it
You
makes it
said
worse.
30. You said 39 points of lightning damage.
Si, senor.
Ouch.
Dr. Watts.
Holy buckets. Y'all are getting beat up. Okay.
We're
Yeah.
fine.
I'm gonna move over here. I will I'll cast Booming Blade with the dagger.
Go ahead and give me an attack.
It's a neurotoxin that affects the brainstem or something.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
that is a 15 to hit.
That will miss.
Ooh.
Dang it.
Unfortunately.
You go, Dr.
Ow.
Watson kind of come around from the fire. You go to stab it with your dagger, and the hag kind of catches you and knocks it away with her staff.
Ugh, that's a lame. Okay, well then, in that case, bonus action, disengage. I don't even have to do that because I have,
Yeah, mobile.
yeah, mobile. So I'm actually gonna just keep moving this way, this way, this way, this way, and I'm gonna bonus action give, Ruma my experimental elixir. That thing I've been working on in the lab this entire time, and I brought.
You like to drink
the
that
samples
experimental
with me.
drink, Ruma?
Yeah. And you get, it is just the purest form of whiskey you've ever drank in your life. It is like moonshine, and it gives you a D4 to your attack rolls and all of your skill checks for a minute.
Ooh.
Ah,
Hair.
Ledge.
Wow.
damn!
Yeah.
So there you go.
That
So-
alchemist coming through right there.
I'm chugging that. I don't even know how to
Anything
denote
else for
that
you,
thing.
Dr. Watts?
That is everything.
Mr. Darby.
Alright, I think.
Oh, sorry, it's attack rolls and saving throws, but still.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
It's 50 feet, so I'm actually gonna move in 20 feet. I'm 30 feet away from it, just
Okay.
in case. And I'm hucking 2 more cards.
She counterspells you.
I don't believe you can
Oh.
counterspell cantrips.
Can you not counterspell cantrips?
It's technically not a leveled spell.
I'm curious. That is actually something I've never-
Thought about? Yeah, I'm pretty sure cantrips are safe. Counterspell.
I'm curious. Can so let's see.
I should probably specify 5e. Why not?
Wait,
I actually don't
They
know.
are considered spells.
You cannot.
Wait, Ethan, are you packing?
Yes, we're moving. Remember, I bought a house.
That's so exciting. I didn't realize the whole process was already going.
Yeah, our closing date's the 29th.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay. I'm hyped.
You can't counterspell cantrip. That's from Pazio's rules.
Yeah.
Spell immunity.
Well, they might be spells, but they're not a first level spell or higher.
They are not a first level spell or higher. That is excellent. Let me double check what counterspell says here.
Because a cantrip is it
If
is a
they
non-level
spell
spell.
third level or lower, its spell fails immediately. They are a level 0 spell, so I'm
Yep.
going to make a ruling and say that they can be counterspelled. The question I have to see though is, she can in fact reach you. You are within 30 feet, so that is the ruling I'm going to make.
Actually, then, could she have even counterspelled my hex then? I forgot. 30 feet, 60 foot range. Never mind. Yeah, she should have been fine.
Yep.
Okay. I will stay where I am. That'll be my turn.
Ruma.
Alright, invigorated by that shot of pure alcohol, Ruma's gonna run up to the hag here.
Okay.
And we're gonna run it back. We're smacking her twice. Here we go.
Back her twice. Smack that booty.
Oh yeah. Alright, so that's a 31 to hit with my plus
That hits.
4. I got a 19, so
It's a 31 to hit, sir.
Yay!
It do be
alright,
like that.
I'm gonna second level smite again.
Ooh.
Alright, so that's gonna be, wow, that was shitty. 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, that was actually 9 bludgeoning damage with
Oh, real quick, do you have is your weapon magical or silvered?
no.
Technically, these should only be at half.
Oh,
I've been rolling in D&D Beyond. We can look at the damage of the last ones if you want to take
Don't worry about it. That's DMR.
Okay.
Plus, radiant damage from the smites as well.
The radiant will be full still. Yeah.
So we got 13 radiant,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go to hit her again.
Go ahead.
Let me get the dice off my screen. Rolling in D&D Beyond is kind of fun, I won't lie.
You have to watch
I
it.
like the bounce.
27 to hit
That, yeah. Yep.
for 15 bludgeoning, so what is that, 7 at half, rounding down?
Yep.
And 1, 2, 3, 4. Last level 2 spell slot for 23
yeah.
points of radiant damage.
You can do a cantrip.
The hag drops to her knees
Ah.
and holds her hands and arms up as she nears death. Wait! Wait!
Is this gonna be another instance where we didn't have to fight the person like
Probably.
I yield! I yield!
Ruma will have his hammer at the ready, but he's just gonna grab the hag by the neck, waiting for her to plead for something.
I'm letting the big guy
Now
handle this.
ready! Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Who sent you? Who sent you here?
Ruma doesn't talk. Come on, somebody step up.
I'm letting the big man handle this.
I'm not a fan of hags in general.
Yeah, I don't think any of us are.
I actually don't. This is a ploy. I'll say that. I'll say like, this is a ploy to get you to think of it as an old woman. It's not. This is a creature.
You're 100% right. I am in fact a hag. I will not deny that. Who sent you? Tell me that.
Okay, real talk. Who exactly was it that sent us?
It was the innkeeper, I believe.
Yes, Granny Woo.
I think that there was an evil hag out in the woods tormenting people.
The innkeeper.
You're not talking about Granny Woo, are ya?
Blank stare.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
that dirty slut.
Oh no.
Wow.
We didn't have to
Let
fight
you
this
know.
hag.
You want to know what you did? You took a hit contract out on me from another hag. Yeah. Oh yeah. How you feel about that?
One more
see.
hag to kill.
Yeah, exactly. Take it out.
No, wait. What'd she promise you?
5,000 gold pieces.
No, she didn't. Fuck you. She didn't say that. She didn't have 5,000 gold pieces. I was in a coven with her. That was Stout Minnie before she ripped her heart out and ate it and gained her powers.
Hags are strange creatures.
What'd she really give you? Let me guess. She promised you a free stay at the inn, didn't she?
No, actually.
Really? That's what she gives everyone. It's like the cheapest thing she can do. Oh, whew. Little Sally, I can offer you a lot more. Yes, I can. Now, you there, big fella, with the big hammer there. You know, you're not hitting quite as fancy pants as some of these other ones, are you? I can take that for you, and I can make that all sparkly, all magical for you. How's that sound?
I think we've had enough hags doing stuff to people we know to just get rid of it and move on.
Ruma's grip around her neck's just gonna tighten.
We've got a guy who does that already.
Ooh,
Yeah.
who does that already?
This guy, and I point to Dr. Watts.
Yeah, I would say, all right, say goodbye to the hag, everyone.
What?
Let's go.
I promise. What do you want from me? I got money. I got. Well, you killed my guests, so I can't give you those. You can have their bodies if you want.
I don't know what we would need with their bodies. And we can just take your money after you're dead, so...
I don't have any money. I just have magical powers.
You just said you can give us money.
I lied. I fucking lied.
Alright,
man.
Roma, just do your thing.
No.
Just throw her in the fire, that's what I wanted to do.
If you kill me, Granny Woo is gonna take over the whole area.
Well, and we'll take care of Granny Woo too.
We've
Quick
dealt with
question
more
about you,
powerful hags.
Quick question for you, DM.
Yes.
In Ruma's experience, are hags known to only get involved? Ghouls are fiends, right? Not undead, or are they undead?
They are undead ghasts.
Oh, okay.
This guy.
Gas, sorry. So they're
Wolf and
undead.
Gas, I think, are both undead. But you know, let me double check because you know what, I have
I-
been wrong before, and when you're
I-
wrong, you're wrong.
I just want to know if
They are
hags
undead.
are okay. So they're known to be involved in undead. Ruma's just gonna start walking the hag over to the fire.
Wait, whoa! You're not gonna put me in that, are you?
He just keeps walking
I
slowly.
promise
Yeah.
you, if you do that, I will become more powerful than you've ever imagined.
We have dealt
Ruma
with
just
hags
takes her face
before.
and just like hard, like
Choke
goes for the kill
slams her.
shot by smacking her face into the ground, but it's in the fire.
So you just jam her head into the fire, and she begins to like scream this guttural, visceral scream as you hold her down. Like your hand is probably in like a thick gauntlet. It's heating up room. It's actually beginning to burn your own appendage because you're holding her in this raging red fire. And you just see the hag's head like burst into flames. And after a few moments, she stops screaming. Assuming you don't take her out before she stops screaming.
Oh, while she's screaming, when the gauntlet starts heating up, Ruma's gonna take his shield, throw it back, and two-hand his hammer and just bring it down relentlessly on this hag, turning her into powder.
You have turned her. As you are hitting her in like the fire, the wood is cracking and breaking. All of this embers are getting kicked up, flying in the air. The fire is actually just roaring bigger and louder. Despite the viscera that's just like dumping onto it, her blood is actually fueling it. And it's growing. The smoke is getting worse and worse. Some of you might start to cough a little bit. It begins to fill this chamber so much. But yeah, little Sally is super dead.
And without even a second thought, Ruma's actually gonna start walking over to the gas and start pulling their bodies into the fire too.
Yeah,
Luna
I was gonna
begins-
check if they had anything on while he
Yeah,
was doing
I'm
this.
next to a couple, so I'll check those that are next.
They have nothing on them.
I
All right,
figured.
cool. I'll
Alright,
help put
yeah.
bodies on the fire.
All right. After a couple minutes it takes you guys drag all these bodies into the fire. You have a huge pile of rotting, stinking corpses just in the fire. It smells just wonderful.
You
should
you'll
get
almost
out of
see
here
Ruma
before
just
the
take a breath of the smoke in through his nose, just. I've been wanting to kill undead since we got here. It's like only thing he said with meaning in a while.
Remind me never to anger you.
We need to get out of this cavern before it explodes. The gases are probably gonna make this place.
Oh,
pretty
did we
bad.
need to bring anything back to prove we killed her?
I don't know. Drag its body out.
Where's her
And
staff?
also, the
It's
hag
probably
is,
just sitting where Ruma left her when he dragged her off to the fire.
I'll grab the staff, I guess.
I mean, why do we gotta prove to the other hag
Yeah,
that we killed
the
this
other hag.
hag?
Well,
We're
you
killing
know,
that other hag.
you
We
know,
should
can
have been
we
lying.
take
That
a
also
breather
is
before
very
we do
true.
that, Ruma?
It
Yes.
could have been lying, but like
It was lying about a lot of things.
Oh, I have a way of I have a way of knowing.
no.
I'll just leave it at that.
Sure. Okay. Well,
Sure.
yeah. You know,
All right. Why not?
yeah. Of course, you know, if there's anything that I've ever seen in my life, it's that people can tell when you're lying.
I mean, if only a paladin had some method of
I know.
detecting evil.
Detecting evil and creating zones of truth.
All right, but
Before we, if there is another hag and before we kill it, if we can, you know, maybe like rest up at some point, that'd be great.
we should leave the cave.
Can't
first.
do it in this cavern.
I'm well
Which
aware.
kind of ruined the vibe here.
It's not
you know,
cuddly
Watch,
anymore.
everyone's smoke inhalation right now is beginning to concern you.
Yes.
we can leave.
Let's get
I
out.
leave.
All right, you guys quickly depart the giant fireball of bodies that you've left, working your way through the fissure. And as you make your way out onto the hill and turn around, you just see all this smoke billowing from the top of the hill and out this fissure, just funneling, just at great speeds and volume up into the evening sky.
Wonderful.
I'm sure that's
Love
great
it.
for the atmosphere. It'll
And
figure
it's
itself
not
out.
modern. It's not modern day. Pollution isn't a problem yet.
Exactly. We don't know what pollution is.
The sky is endless. So is the water.
Exactly.
All right, you
It'll
guys are
figure
outside
itself
on the
out.
hill. What would you like to do?
Well,
What time of
yeah,
what time of day is it?
It's like
It's
night.
evening. It's
Okay.
early evening.
Yeah.
I
think
can't
we-
remember. Was town close, or did we have to travel quite a bit to get here?
No, it's probably like an hour or two away.
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
Did she promise us a free night at the
Yep,
end?
and then we can interrogate, or we get
Yeah. So
She
just
promised you a free night and some form of gift.
Yeah.
I still think we should rest here because we know nothing's coming out of the cave. We can at least rest at the mouth of it, and then we can come in fresh tomorrow.
That's
Y'all
a good
are pretty
idea.
banged up, and I don't have enough stuff right now set up to help you.
Yeah, I'm kind of spent on a lot of my magic right now.
She has no reason to believe we are against her. We can take the free room. I like my comforts.
Yeah, in your big solo room there, Ruma.
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever spent any time in the city, but I know a lot of innkeepers, and most people don't give away free rooms just cause. And if this person really is a hag, I wouldn't trust a room if they gave it to you.
True.
I mean, we did say it
Fine.
once already.
You
remember.
guys had weird dreams too.
Yeah.
When you
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Fine.
They'll always be there for you if this works out after.
So we taking a long rest outside this stinky cave.
I think
Do it.
probably
Outside the stinky cave.
it is quite stinky.
If we had a map,
Burning
can
bodies.
we mark it down as
This
stinky
is not your
caves?
father's barbecue.
It's the
What do
stinky
You know what I
cave.
can do? You know what I can't do? I'm gonna gather up some flour bits and a bit of little spices, and one of my magic tinkering can create a puff of scent. So I'm just gonna Febreze.
You see Dr. Watts building like this thing. He's like Febrezing the air around him. He's like shaking this stuff out, making it smell mildly better. But if you ever smell
Yeah.
something terrible and then put Febreze over it, it kind of helps, but it
doesn't help.
doesn't completely help.
It
Honestly,
It's
makes
like a middle school locker room.
Half
Just
the
axe
time it makes
covering
it
all.
worse. Yeah.
Fuck, it smells like Axe body spray in a middle school locker room.
Mm.
If teenage boys smelled like dead, rotting, burning bodies.
yeah,
Oh,
which
God.
they do.
They do.
Thank you. Oh,
You guys are free to stay out on this hill here for the night if you'd like to. There's
Well, we
nothing
might as well.
impeding you.
I will set up the alarm system. It'll take me 10 minutes to do that, and then I will.
You set the alarm system up with no issue, and you guys are able to camp out here for the night.
Yay.
That's a long rest.
I have nap.
Yay! All right, get my spell back.
Got my spells back. I can use hacks again. Once.
All right. Back to town.
Yep,
Alright.
it is morning. Heading back to Grutters, I assume.
Yes.
There's nothing else for us to do out here, as far as I remember. So.
So you guys make
Get
your
all the
way
things
back
you
to
need to.
Grutters. Takes about 2 hours to get back after finding the path back to town.
At the end.
You have 2 quests to complete. You can go talk to Mayor Clerk to turn in your Displacer Beast tails, or you can talk to Granny Wu and obtain whatever she's giving you.
I say we should go to the mayor first, get Surefire thing, and then we can just
Yeah,
have
we
our
can deal with the
intentions.
hags.
That's a good idea.
Or the potential hag.
All right, so you guys make your way to the town hall, and Mayor Clerk is there, and they're cleaning up after a long night of the Duke's Funky Bash, you know, his nightly Funky Bash, and there's just a lot of streamers and stuff all around it. You know, despite everything that happened like 2 days ago, nothing's really changed that much. The Duke is still just jamming out. Just the question is he jamming out with Mila and Boris now? That you don't know. Oh, you've returned. I kind of figured you guys might have been dead since you didn't come back yesterday.
Yeah, we camped out in the forest.
That
Long
sounds
night.
miserable.
was.
We've been in worse.
I have something in this place.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out the 5 tails that we got.
Oh! Well, you did deal with some of those beasts, didn't you?
It was on the way.
Looks like it.
Sometimes that's the best way. Per the, Duke's ordinance, I will fetch you your road. He kind of waddles his way into a back room. You hear him for a second messing around with some stuff back there. Curses a couple times as he stubs his toe on his desk. And then out he waddles. And he hands you, Ruma, since you gave him the tails, 150 gold pieces. In a little sack.
I'll say thank you, and I'll turn around, smack the gold pieces into Darby's chest, and start heading for the door.
Darby, you now have 150
Oh.
gold pieces.
All right. Well, we can deal with that later.
Yeah, the wrong person
Yep.
in that room.
Hey,
The person who has
Ruma
notably
hasn't been
already
around
taken
that
money.
long yet.
I
It's
know.
only been a couple weeks.
And I also don't know about. I have not checked our bookkeeping, so I do not know that our money is being siphoned.
It's the problem here though, Sentinel, is we all know that this is exactly 150 gold. So if I give you any less, you know that I'm chipping you out of your money. So I have to give you the 30, or something's up.
All right.
But I'll divvy it out after we'll do other stuff.
The tavern.
Alright, you guys are headed to the tavern.
Yes.
Alright, so you head to the Westmire Inn. And as you saw it a day or two ago and you open the doors, it's very dark and ominous in there, despite the fact that it's early morning, maybe like 8:30 in the morning. But for whatever reason in here, it could be midnight with how the lighting is. It's almost like the sunlight doesn't enter through the windows.
This seems
And
sketchy.
behind the innkeeper's desk is that just ominous black void that seems to go on a little bit too long and a little bit too deep.
Is the
And the
innkeeper there?
bell that says ring for service.
Is the innkeeper standing there?
No, it's empty.
Or... Okay, I'll go up and ring the bell.
You ring the bell room, and after a moment, out comes disfigured Granny Wu. Cane, she comes out. Oh, the dearies have returned. Did you take care of the little menace for me?
Before even answering, I'm just going to use Divine Sense, where I get to know good and evil and the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60
There
feet
is an
of me.
evil fiend right in front of you.
Good enough for me, boys! Well, knowing she's a hag, Ruma will spare no word. Actually, we'll try to rip her off first. Ruma's not above that. Motion to Darby to present the staff.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll just put the staff.
And then I'm gonna
cloth.
look at Sentinel. Just give him a little head nod.
Are you gonna do the one Family Guy joke from the one Star Wars parody where they just all nod at each other for like 8 minutes straight, and it's like the worst, most drawn out joke ever.
Not suspicious at all.
Nope. not at
So,
all.
Darby, do you present the staff?
Yeah, I'll just set it on the desk.
Granny Wu's eyes light up as much as I guess a hag's eyes can light up. Oh, now this is a fine specimen you've brought me. The hags, I presume. Oh yes, excellent hag craftsmanship here. You have done me well. Granny Wu is satisfied. Now, a reward you seek, is it not?
Yes.
Well, that is why we do the things we do.
All right. She reaches down behind her desk and pulls for you
Ray of
a
enfeeblement.
potion of giant strength.
Ooh.
Sets it
Ooh.
on the table.
Ruma will just take it and give it to Dr. Watts.
Okay, I will look at it. Like, all right, and I will put it in.
Dr. Watts, it's a viscous gray liquid you've never seen before.
Okay, good to know.
Ruma will just say,
I'll look into
excellent.
this later.
Anything else?
And as promised, you may stay at my inn for the duration of your stay. That should be the least of what I can do for you for taking care of that little problem.
Great. And is the staff still sitting on the counter?
Yes.
I'm going to grab it and throw it behind me and then initiate combat.
All right. I don't really have a map for this because the room is so small. So I just need everyone to go ahead and give me a initiative roll. We're just gonna
Ooh,
do
are
a
we
little
doing Theater of the Mind? Throw
Theater
it back
of
to
the
the old
Mind.
school days?
Yep.
Theater of the
That's fun.
Oof.
If I could roll well on initiative one of these times, that'd be great.
Yep.
I got
Oh.
15.
Oh, there goes my d4.
Go ahead and enter that bad boy in.
We can't enter it into anything.
Not
Oh, is it not
yet.
appearing for you?
Yeah, because
Mhm.
we changed maps.
That's right.
Classic Dunda.
I do not have you guys easily on this map. Did anyone roll over a 19?
not
No.
over it.
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
No.
That makes this exceptionally easy then, because Ruma, I assume that you draw out your weapon.
Yes.
Upon seeing you draw out your weapon in Abyssal, Granny Wu mutters some things. She pulls out a forked metal rod and sticks herself with it while making a hand motion, and she vanishes before your eyes.
Oh.
Can I do like oh man, I have a -2 on Arcana. But I just want to see if I can discern if I know what the heck just happened there.
Go ahead.
Is that an Arcana check?
Yeah, yep, it's a magic spell she cast.
Oh, 7.
You're like, oh my god, she's gone.
Ugh!
You might think she turned herself invisible.
I'm gonna be quietly listening for floorboards creaking, and if somebody starts speaking, I'm gonna go shh.
There's creaking, but nothing that would indicate stepping.
How long does your detect evil?
Oh, it lasts for.
Yeah, man.
Good point.
What if I click on it? If it tells me more? Oh, it does.
It should, yeah. It gives you the whole description. I don't remember how long it lasts for. You want to say a minute. Usually how long stuff lasts in D&D.
It doesn't really say how long it lasts.
That's what the vine sense.
Oh, it says until the end of your next turn. So would that be
Oh,
6
yeah, 6
seconds?
seconds. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
You have to do it again.
I mean, I got more of them. I'll use Divine Sense again.
You sense no undead fiend celestial in the room anymore.
She's gone.
Well, I think we still gotta keep our free room.
And a new business opportunity. You can franchise
Orange
out.
blue.
You know what though?
Well, thinking about it though, I mean,
We could start a franchise. We could get a little Pazos thing in the back.
We,
What's that?
we've got a relationship
Hazard's
with the
portal?
Duke.
Yeah, we have a decent relationship with the Duke.
Yeah.
he didn't
need a
outright
new inn.
murder us, so
They're going to need a new inn.
if the hag is actually gone. Well, regardless, since that's dealt with, I guess, here's everyone's 30 gold from the 150.
Oh,
I'll
thanks.
just hand it out.
Thanks, Darby.
Thank you
I
very
will
much.
see if I can add that to Arthur's inventory. Oh, it looks like I can. Awesome.
Ruma hates hags.
Same here, Ruma. Same.
Rule number
This
one.
party has
do
an
not
enter the last
waste.
arc has an aversion to hags.
And Ruma came in with a built-in hag version, so it's all good.
It's right in.
Are there any patrons in the inn?
No, it was empty when you guys were the only patrons of the inn when you arrived the other day, and that still seems to be the case.
Well, I don't
There's
particularly
only
want
like 3 rooms in this inn, so
Yeah. And we have all 3 of them.
All right.
Well, I don't particularly want to keep the staff, so I don't know what we want to do with that. I mean, I don't even really want to.
yeah, it's just a hag staff, Darby. It's not like magical at all. You could probably sell it for like 20 gold pieces.
I don't really want to carry it around.
Leave it there.
If you run into Meepo, we might get a little offended. You got a hobbling. You know, stick.
It's-
Wah, wah. All right.
Whatever. Well,
Well,
that's
were there any
that.
other side quests we had to look into? I think we skipped
There is-
one.
There is technically one more, though I will tell you guys that your window to do it has long passed.
Oh,
uh,
wah, wah. So now we're just waiting for the Duke
The
to
Duke.
finish
Yep.
well,
getting rid of the golden seal or whatever
could
it's
go
called.
check out the Hungry Dolphin if we want. Restaurant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't eaten. So.
You guys want to go eat at the Hungry Dolphin?
Yeah.
How long is left until the Duke said he was going to be done? Was it like 3
It
days or
should
something?
be
Okay.
done tomorrow, I
Yeah.
believe.
Gotcha. Well, we got a
Yeah.
whole day to kill. To the
Look it
Hungry
up.
Dolphin.
And remember,
Let's look it up.
the sword or sickle and sword company are still around too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're still hanging out.
I forgot about that. Well, I have no reason to fear them.
We're the Sickle and Sword Company again?
Lestat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
it's the-
minions.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
The ones
Yeah.
that if they saw Arthur
Or me.
Darby.
or even you, right, Dr. White? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know
Could,
of them.
could cause problem.
I say we just stay here. If no one's coming in, we might as well just hang out here.
Ruma and I could go get takeout.
Yeah, easy peasy.
I guess, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Ruma and Sentinel go get takeout.
The big boys are going to the Hungry Dolphin.
I'll
So
just
Arthur,
ask
Jamie,
Arthur
and Darby
for.
are gonna stay in the inn while Ruma
I'll just
and
ask
Sentinel-
Arthur and Jamie if they want to do some rounds of cards while we wait.
You're gonna check out that potion.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out the potion. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time just to make sure.
You can definitely do that, Dr. Watson. You can kind of discern exactly what it does, which
Yeah. I have
Gives you a better-
identify as a ritual, so
Yes,
I'm
I was
gonna take a
gonna
little
say-
bit of time of like putting stuff in it and shaking it around and scientifically breaking down what this thing does to affect magic.
perfect. So
Dude.
Dr. Watts, you kind of go into one of the rooms and begin to tinker with this potion. Well, Darby, Arthur asked to play cards with you because he's bored.
Yeah.
Nice.
You guys play cards.
Yeah, well,
And with an open invitation to you, Jamie, if you'd like to
Yep.
join them at some point.
no money involved. just a friendly game. No cash.
Some known con artists.
Yeah. I mean,
Play cards with them.
in fairness,
played
you know I
cards
lie and
with
cheat, so
The pirate and the guy who runs your
Whatever.
cheating gamble.
yeah. The guy who scams all of our patrons and a pirate. I ask you to play cards. Do you agree?
2 people I would not play cards with.
Yeah. All right, Sentinel and Ruma, you guys head off to the Hungry Dolphin to go and get takeout.
All right.
You guys enter. You notice that it seems to be a pleasant little restaurant. A lot of aquatic animals stuffed and mounted to the walls of this place. Kind of looks like a red lobster, except it's not a red lobster because it's here.
A hungry
in
dolphin.
Elyssia.
Does it look
Yeah.
like they have good biscuits?
They have excellent 4 cheese biscuits.
Yes.
Ooh.
And as you walk in, this guy turns around. He's wearing a open wizard's robe, pair of shorts. He's got a big old scraggly beard, long hair. He goes, "Why, hello there. How's it going?
He's
We
back.
would like food.
Welcome to Stan's Half-Price Food Emporium.
It said it was called the Hungry Dolphin.
Hungry dolphin.
Name's been changed.
Excellent.
Now what can I get for you?"
Food for 6. 5.
Math is
6.
What exactly would you like?
7. Sentinel and I eat 2 helpings. Do you have a
You're gonna need-
menu?
You would need 8 then, because there's 6 of you. Oh, there's 5 of you. I
There's 5 of us.
Yeah.
None of you. No
I
one
can't
can
count
I
either.
tell.
counted myself
Matt screwed you up.
True, it's true.
and the bot, I guess.
I would like to see a menu.
Well, I got one of those right here. Why don't I just cook you up some rabbit? How's that sound?
Delightful.
Excellent! And you see him like teeter off to the kitchen.
And 4
And it-
cheese biscuits.
Oh, I can do that! As you guys are standing there, there's like a closet off in the corner. You hear some banging against the door.
Does it sound like
Against the closet door?
banging for help?
Banging against it from inside the closet.
I open up the closet.
As you open up the closet, Sentinel, a man who has been bound and gagged from his wrists to his feet topples out.
I take off the gag and
Oh my gosh, you saved me! That madman took over my business! Again!
That's the second time.
It's the same
It's
guy.
the second time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he left Highwater after getting his business stolen to start a new life, and then gets
Wow.
it stolen again.
This is
He's
a
the
different guy.
cabbages.
So,
He's the cabbage.
he just starts a new restaurant. Keeps kidding.
Well, it was a general store first. and
Yep,
then-
and then it became a restaurant.
he just does different businesses that keep getting.
That's the problem. He's trying to find out the right business that won't get stolen from him.
Oh my god. That's
So yeah, I untie him and help escort. What was his name? Steve or
Stan.
Stan? Yeah,
Yeah, this
escort
guy.
Stan.
It's Stan's previously used items. If you go to the back of the kitchen to get him, he's not there. He's gone through the window and is currently running into the forest. He's been had.
So I'll look at Stan running away, and then I'll look at the proprietor of this place and ask, "Do you cook?"
Of course I cook. I
You
own
would-
this restaurant.
We would like 7 helpings, please.
You know what? Fine, you help me out. How's shrimp and grits down to you?
4 cheese biscuits?
I'll throw in an order of cheese biscuits and hush puppies if you want.
Deal.
That's deal. Let's get Ruma making deals.
Making deals. So after maybe like 30, 40 minutes, he brings out a sack that he's like trying to box this food up for, and he sets it down. I've never had anyone get something to go before, so this is a different experience for me. I hope this is okay. And as you open and look at the sack, the food plates are just stacked on top of each other, and the bag is like soaked through with like grit grease, and like cheese is stuck to the walls of the bags.
It's perfect.
I'm
Well,
glad about that.
Get rid-
It's on the house, I guess.
Thank you. And Ruma, I actually throw him a gold piece as a tip.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And I'll
Come
just
back to
turn around.
Hughes Hungry Dolphin. Hopefully fucking that guy doesn't take it over.
Again.
You got it. And I'll carefully make my way back to the Westmeyer Inn, trying to shake or let the sack shake as little as possible.
Give me
Slide
Give
of
me a
hand.
sleight of hand roll.
Ooh, 8.
You're like holding. You guys make it back to the Westmeyer Inn, where Jamie, you've been looking at this potion for the last like hour, and Arthur and Darby been playing cards. Where would you like to set the food down?
I'm going to gracefully put it down on like a random table in the dining room.
There's
And
no
as-
dining room in this inn.
Oh, I'll put it on the
front
counter.
desk,
As the plates clank together, I will say, "I am graceful."
As you've done that. You've done that. This sack, slightly lopsided. It has like a mushy moistness to the bottom of it that wasn't there beforehand.
I will reach in and grab 2 of the plates, pour the contents of one onto the other, grab 2 cheesy biscuits, and go sit down in the corner and start eating it.
Does anyone inform the others you're back?
Yeah, well, I'll yell out to the rest of the group and say, "Dinner's ready."
Okay.
Okay, cool, great. Oh, wow. Oh.
You don't know what was ordered because it is all mixed and congealed
Yeah.
into one
So
pile of well, I guess it's all shrimp and grits. So it's just
Yeah.
one massive sack of shrimp and grits with plates just crammed into it.
I'm gonna have Nurse go in and just take a whole body full of it and fly it back over to where I'm working.
All right, Nurse comes out. It kind of looks at the mess and is just like, and just starts scooping it on a plate and flies it back to you, Dr. Watts. When you get it, it's like got some like hair. It's like it's a weird like just mess that you're like, what did I just receive?
Yeah. Well, luckily for me, I have the urchin background, so food is food.
Food is food.
So I'm just gonna eat it.
Yeah, that looks, yeah, alright. I don't know what happened here. And I'll just load up what appears to be one normal serving of food on a plate, and
It's difficult to tell.
I'm eyeballing it.
Arthur kind of comes up and he's like, huh, looks like stuff we served on the ship. You just kind of take some. He follows you back to your card game, leaving you Sentinel as the last to partake.
Let's kind of
There's
open
not a
up
lot
the-
left. The
Yeah.
eyeballing was not well done.
the sack. I'll just leave like open, and I'll just kind of scoop it all onto the sack, not really even onto a plate, and just start.
Can I notice how much is left? Like from
And
where
there's
I'm at?
yes, there's very little left since you're just in the corner, you said.
Seeing Sentinel go up and there's not being a lot left, Room will quietly walk his plate over, scoop off maybe a third of it into the sack so it's even, and then go back and sit down.
Now you have a full serving Sentinel.
Thanks, Ruben.
And everyone got 3 cheesy biscuits.
Yeah.
3 whole
Yeah.
biscuits.
3 you all get biscuit inspiration. No, I'm kidding. You don't get biscuit
That's good information. It gives you +0 to any
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah,
It gives you +0 on your next roll.
It gives you plus 20 to determining what a good biscuit tastes like.
But you just feel a little happier.
Yeah, you got your cheesy biscuits.
We did.
So you guys are pretty much hanging out. You know, you ate your meal. You ate your biscuits, which were quite delicious. It was the best part of the meal, as it always is. And
We got a lot of time to kill.
yes, you essentially have probably like until the morning to kill. And right now it is like late afternoon.
What's the iron
Is it
slab? I
posted
can't
what it
remember.
says it is?
Iron slab is the blacksmith.
Gotcha. Oh, right.
Is the potion what it is claimed to be?
It is a potions of giant strength. Yes, it is.
Okay, cool.
And much like a health potion, you may administer that as a bonus action.
Yay! Potion.
That's a good one to have.
I was gonna
Especially
say,
for Ruma.
someone
Or
needs a
Sentinel.
little bit of extra TLC to their strength. Just
Yeah.
pour that down there.
Well, doesn't it? What does it cap you out at?
I believe it puts you to
20
23.
Yeah, I think so.
I know it puts you over 20.
Ooh, which giant?
Hill.
Oh, that is an excellent
Oh,
question. Hill
yeah.
giant.
There's a bunch of different types.
No,
Yeah,
I think potion of giant strength is specifically heal giants.
Is
I don't think
different?
there's actually another. Yeah,
Yeah,
actually
but-
no, it is different. Whatever one it is determines the strength value.
It's hill giant.
Hill
Okay,
giant.
21.
Awesome.
Yeah, Froststone is 23, Fire is 25, Cloud is 27, and Storm is 29,
Oh,
which is
we're all good.
absolutely insane.
those are some-
29 strength.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Those are
drink a
some
potion and
Darien
get 29
stats.
strength for an hour. But 1 hour
Alright.
of 21 strength is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Good for that.
Not bad.
That boss battle, you need that little extra pick up in.
Mhm.
Well, Ruma doesn't have anything else he wants to do. So.
You
No,
guys are allowed to just chill until morning if you would like.
alright. Other than pestering Arthur for the conversation he's not going to have, both because he's not here and also because he's constantly avoiding it. That's all I want to do. So
Ruma will play cards with Darby.
Arthur, Ruma, and Darby are playing cards. Sentinel, do you join them?
Yeah. I'm always down for a game.
All right, the party is playing. Does Dr. Watts join them, seeing that everyone is gathered together?
I am not gonna do cards, but I will work on my I will work on my inventions in the room as opposed to when I usually walk away to do
Oh.
All right, so the party is together as Dr. Watts is working on stuff. You guys are playing a rousing, fun game of cards. You kind of have this little like bonding moment together, which I will give everyone inspiration for.
Yay, biscuit inspiration!
Biscuit inspiration!
Not real, not biscuit inspiration, real inspiration.
Card game inspiration.
Card
Yeah.
game inspiration.
Gambling inspiration.
We did it. Shout out the guy who made Yu-Gi-Oh! R.I.P.
Yes.
Oh,
Big rip.
oh,
Big
so
rip.
sad.
Oh wait, like real?
Yes,
Yeah,
actually.
The mangaka of Yu-Gi-Oh! He drowned to
Yeah.
death.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
So
he was
unfortunate.
super sad.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It was like a
Died at
snort-
the ripe old age of 60.
Was it?
Wow.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate.
They said they don't think it was foul play because he drowned. So I think he was. They found him like a bunch of like scuba diving gear on or something. So
Yeah,
they
they think it was like a snorkeling accident.
Dang.
sad.
It's very upsetting.
But he was the king of games.
He was the king of games.
Well, you guys, you've eaten your meal, which it was a meal considering how it came. You've bonded, and now it is time to turn in for the night, knowing that soon you will be leaving Grutters with your last map piece.
I'm gonna set up my alarm again, just to make sure, just because we know that Hag could come back.
The hag. So Dr. Watch, you kind of set your alarm up. Given the nature of the inn too, it'll probably be kind of a funky setup, so you can hit like all the major areas. But it should be good enough if she were to pop back in for any reason.
It would make noise.
Darby, who did you room with?
If I remember right, it was actually me and Dr. Watts. Because Arthur and Sentinel took a room, and Ruma took one for himself.
All right. If that does not change, it will continue to be Darby and Dr. Watts.
Jeez.
So you guys are kind of getting ready to turn in for the night. And as you sit down to go to bed, Darby, you are given this interesting or odd incline that something is calling to you.
Do I know where it's coming from?
The hallway.
Ugh. I will carefully and slowly open the door to the hallway.
As you open the door, the hallway before you is not the hallway to the Westmeyer Inn, but a lavish red carpet room of Gamar's bounty. Dr. Watt, you are awake for this.
Oh.
Interesting. Well,
It is not when you guys went to sleep. This is happening before bed.
I see.
So
I should have
do
questioned
see what
that.
he sees?
You
Or is
see
he
exactly what he sees.
Excuse me. Hey. Any word on that?
Well, I'll be back in just a moment. I gotta take care of a thing.
Yeah, remember when we said no more random magical secrets? That was a while ago.
Yes, however, this has been kind of always happening, so it's not a new secret.
Oh, yeah, semantics. That's the
Yes.
move to go with right now.
Well, I mean, you know how it is.
No, I don't know how it is. That's kind of the
Fair.
problem.
Yeah, that's fair. Look,
I'm getting you into whatever this is.
I get that. However,
Okay, good.
if
I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna start putting my stuff on.
okay, you're not really going to enjoy this place. I'm just gonna tell you right out.
No, Darby, I'm not. I rarely enjoy most of the places you guys bring me to.
Yes, but this is very different.
Sweet. I can't wait.
This is more my speed than any sense. Regardless, now is not a good time to have a conversation about what this is. I'm expected somewhere, so I need to go there like now.
Okay, well, let's go.
Sure, you know what? Sure, I'm sure he'll be fine with an extra guest.
All right. So with Dr. Watts in tow, Darby, you head into Gamar's bounty, into this lavish hall. And for your sake, Dr. Watts, since this is the first time you've ever done this, as you step into this other world, basically, the atmosphere changes, the climate changes. It is this very almost like cool air conditioned feel. Not that you know what air conditioning is, but for you, it has this like cold kind of nice feel. The carpet is incredibly like plush and nice. You look back, there's just like a cutout in the wall that leads back into your in room.
Ugh. More magical portals through random stuff.
Random, not so much. It's always the same place. But,
That doesn't make me feel better, and every time I say it, it makes me more better.
no, that's fair. That's fair.
Now, where is this? What is going on? Is this another hag thing?
No, well, similar,
Well,
but it's not the same. This was a willing exchange, unlike
mhm.
unlike Darian's, which was very much one-sided. But I guess I have a question in response for you. What do you think my magic comes from?
I know you were a sorcerer.
I wish I'd be able to do my magic a lot more often if I was. No,
I know. I figured you were bad at it.
well, it's hard to be good at it when you're being limited by someone else.
So you are a thrall of some magical being? That's something you should tell the group.
In a technical sense, I guess. It's
Yeah,
a contract.
Oh my goodness. Just break it. What is it? What? Why?
Well, I break the contract, and then I lose all of my magic, and also am out of pretty much everything I've ever had. So, here we are.
You got yourself mixed up with an interdimensional loan shark.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I remember you had a conversation with Sue. Remember the Archons?
Yes. Oh, you talked to Stu.
Yes, remember I had that conversation with Sue, yes.
You didn't tell us what you talked about.
You're right, I did
kind of
not.
assumed I wasn't gonna pry.
No, I had a conversation kind of dealing with the Archons and stuff. I needed to know more. Especially after you name dropped the one that I am in a contract with. So, incorrectly.
You're working for one of the 7 people that created all of the things.
Yes. In
and
short terms.
You didn't think that was something you should remind us all of.
Didn't seem like a good time.
It was. It really was.
Well, maybe to you.
Ugh, my goodness. Well, let's get this over with. Let's see this big fleshy bastard.
Not quite. But yeah,
As
we can go talk to him.
As Dr. Watts says, let's get this over with. And Darby, you're like, well, Dr. Watts, you see a relatively familiar sight as a large shadow bouncer, about 10 times the size of the one that Darby summons. It actually takes up like the whole hallway, comes like banging out down it, and it kind of looks at you, Darby, points, and then bids you over and kind of indicates for you to follow it.
Yo, that looks like that dude ate your dude.
You can eat like 5 of mine, I'm not gonna lie. I will follow.
I'm also
Right. So you guys begin to follow the extra large, the 5XL shadow bouncer shopping at the big and tall section of J.C. Penney's. As he takes you down the hall and ends up arriving at a door, a very elaborate, nice door, and it kind of indicates that you go through.
I will open the door and just waltz right in.
You
No
waltz right in,
reservations.
Darby, into what appears to be a changing room that will lead you into a sauna.
You know,
Oh, what? And now he's having you take off your clothes, Darby. What are you? What is this, man? Like,
it's a place
I'm
of
not gonna judge you
lavishness.
at all. I'm
It,
I'm gonna say this: every money is money. What's happening, Darby? You
all right, all right. Well, to be very direct, I owe this Archon 20% of all of the gold that I make every time we have a meeting
mm-hmm.
in exchange for a fraction of his power. This is just where he resides. This is just essentially his giant, lavish mansion bounty of gambling and hookers and whatever else he decides to bring here.
Just gonna throw this out there, Darby, and I want to make sure this is clear. You're telling me that you go out and do tasks for money, and then bring that money back to your elaborate plush carpet, big, like, fancy gold stuff, sauna dwelling, like, elaborate gentleman.
More or less.
So this is your pimp, Darby. You're telling me that we're gonna go meet your pimp?
Not not quite. I don't he doesn't give me assignments in the way you're thinking. I just
No,
make money
you
and
go out into the cosmic corner and make money for him, and then he comes and picks it up. Yeah, all right,
yeah.
In the
cool.
red light district, nonetheless.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, cool. Cool. Hey, Darby. Hey, I've actually known a lot of very good people in that profession, and they're some of the coolest people. So hey,
It's not quite
cool.
like that. But sure, have whatever opinions you want, I suppose.
Okay. I'm
There's
gonna
another
tweet
door
Chain
that
or
yeah, there's a
tweet
door that
Chain
leads into the
which-
sauna.
I mean, that's up to you. It is a sauna, so whether or not you want to partake in being in the sauna in your normal clothes or in a towel is up to you.
I think I'll keep my jacket on. I think.
That's fine. I don't intend to. I don't usually partake in his stuff here. But I'll just not even change, just walk into the sauna.
All right,
gonna
you
come into
you
this
guys
one.
head into the sauna, which is exceptionally hot, considering it is a sauna and you are both fully clothed right now. But it's not an overly large sauna. It's got like it's all a whole full wood room, and often like the center of it is this large box with these incredibly big, radiating orange stones. There's only one other person in here. To you, Darby, it is obviously Gamar. Dr. Watts, you see a uh, horned fellow who actually kind of reminds you more of Arthur than it does of Darby, given his look and stuff. And he's sitting there in nothing but a towel that he has like wrapped around his waist. And he's kind of
Lovely.
sitting there, you know, admiring his thing. As there's all this steam in the room. As it begins to let down, he barks out an order, and this little like water elemental jumps out and then jumps onto the rocks and dies and turns into steam.
Mm-hmm.
Darby,
Yes.
what are you wearing right now?
A little much.
What do you
Little
mean
fun.
it's a little much? This is fun. This is a good time.
Man,
So you brought a friend this time. It's nice to meet you. I was wondering when he was gonna start bringing around his buddies to meet me, to revel in my glory. Let me guess. You're looking for immense cosmic power.
No thanks. I'm good with the amount of cosmic power I have at the moment.
I guess I should introduce myself. The name is Gamar.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Big Daddy for 2 seconds.
Why would I say that?
Y'all just okay, cool. I just want to make. I'm the only one who's catching. Keep going. Sorry, introductions.
don't worry about him too much.
Happy you started bringing around your friends, Darby. I was starting to think that you were gonna want to be one of those guys that Die alone, except for me. And I'd be the only one at your funeral. I'm just standing there, wondering what went wrong.
Actually, kind of sweet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Well, I mean, most of them aren't much of the gambling type, so I figured bringing them to the bounty wasn't really worth much of a.
There must be some type of type. I've got wealth. I've got girls. I've got boys. I've got nautical ship combat. I have what anyone could want in my bounty right now.
Ooh, look at all the things he's got inside of his bounty. That's kind of cool. Look at all that.
Nautical combat. Is that a new edition? I don't remember hearing about that one.
Yes, I installed an entire pool, and we can just take these little boats out and shoot at each other. It's wonderful. I've killed 4 people already. I brought them back to life, though. I can do that.
Good. Good.
You know someone who could bring people back to life. That was also
Bring
a good
people
thing.
back to life.
In my defense, I didn't know he could do that either. If I'm being honest.
Cosmic power, my friend. But I get to choose how I use it.
Yeah, it's not like I can just ask him to do that. It's not really our speed. Well, not something
You're
that
saying this-
selfish.
You're saying this guy knows Sue?
Probably.
You. Now, where did you meet her?
So remember that stint where I had connection to the power, but you didn't have connection to me, and there was
Yeah,
that
you
weird thing
cut me
going
out of some money there.
I mean, I didn't have a choice in that because there was no money to be made. During that time, I found and met Sue, and we had a wonderful night stay at her establishment.
What's she doing? It's been a couple thousand years since we last talked.
She runs a inn that walks on all of her hands.
Ugh. Back when I knew her, she was a beautiful woman. Only had 2 hands.
Oh, she's got a couple thousand and is a giant fleshy blob right now. I don't know what's going on with that. If I remember, she's talking
Cosmic
about
power
that's
really
how
lets
she
stuff go.
manifests in that realm or something. I don't remember.
You know what? Cosmic biscuits will do that to you. One too many of them. That's why I work out and keep these abs nice and fit. Push-ups every day.
Yeah, look at
Keep
that.
me fit.
See that, Darby? He's super fit. Your lawyer, super fit.
Well,
Yeah.
Darby, I didn't just summon you here so I could meet your play date. I didn't summon you here so we could chat. We have
Naturally.
business to attend to.
As usual.
Business, my friend.
Yep, yeah.
What money have you made for me, Darby?
Well, actually, we did get a little bit just today, but I need a calculator. As per usual. 20% would be 32.8 gold. So 33 gold.
Yes, you always round up for me, Darby.
Yes, and I will. It's like virtually 0 silver or copper because I have like none. Like 2
That's
of each.
fine. We only work in gold, you and me, Darby.
Yeah.
And if we've worked in silver and copper in the past, I'm negating that now.
It's fine.
That's very.
I'm at a point where we've got 12 silver, 15 copper, 20% of that's like 5.
You're becoming quite the
total.
little rich businessman there, my friend.
Well, doing odd jobs, cheating people out of their money. It is what it is.
Well, you may toss the gold into the rocks.
I'll just toss it into the rocks.
As you toss it into the rocks, the moment the gold touches it, it immediately melts and turns to gold steam that wafts upwards and fills the room with this like glitter and sparkle. You just see Gamar kind of breathe it in. To you guys, it just smells like awful. Like it's the worst thing you've ever smelled. This melted steam gold.
It smells like it could have fed a family of 6 a whole lot of time for the amount he just threw on the gold.
Yep. Yes, it does.
This is who you're working for. So this guy, LESTAT, You just have a real fun group of people that you're connected.
Well, I mean, you get around when you cheat people out of their money.
I wouldn't
Your
know.
friend. Your friend brings up something a little interesting there for me, Darby. I have a new task for you. Something very important. Consider it to be your first mission from me. How's that sound?
That's quite new. Well-
Immensely new. But just think of the power that I'll give you once you complete it.
I gotta bite. What is it?
I need you to leave Greta's, walk the mile or so to the Sickle Sold camp, and I need you to have a conversation with Lestat for me. Face to face, like real men.
Ah, no, that was good. Nice to meet you, Mr. Guy. That was great. Darby, we out here. Say goodbye to your pimp. I'm gonna just try to turn around and leave.
Yeah,
As you go to open the sauna door, Jamie, it's locked. You cannot open it.
I'm like, yep. I walk into a magic portal.
yeah, I don't know what you were expecting with that one, Jamie. There is, a huge problem with that.
Oh, is there now? What's the problem, Darby? There's never been a problem before.
I mean, that's because we're not dealing with Lestat before. I only happened to steal things from him that were very valuable.
Oh, that's right, the amulet.
Yeah.
Well, now, he might be unhappy about that, wouldn't he?
Most likely.
I see. Well, when you talk to Lestat, you can tell him that I'll replace his amulet for him. How does that sound?
So, does that mean he'll know what I'm talking about, or will I just sound like an absolute insane person?
You'll have to talk to him and find out.
Of course.
It's such a small thing, Darby. You're over here giving me hundreds of gold that you've worked blood, sweat, and tears for, and all I want you to do is talk to one man. You think that this would be an easy task for you?
Well, I mean, a man that probably wants my head on a stake, so maybe not as easy as just cheating people out of money, but
Ultimate
It's a
cosmic power, Darby. Remember that.
yeah, I'm aware.
Rob.
Well, I was hoping to avoid Lestat the entire time we were in Gutters. But I don't really have much of a choice here, do I?
Not if you want to keep your powers, you don't.
Well, yeah, of course. Now, how will reporting this even work? I mean, if I have the conversation and nothing comes of it, then what?
Darby, do you think that I don't hear what you hear? I don't see what you see when you're walking about on your earth like a little man? I can feel everything that you can feel. I can hear
wow.
your thoughts. I know what you eat. I know what you shit. I know all of it, Darby. Every little piece of you.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of figured you were probably a little too busy for that.
Ultimate cosmic power. I can gamble at the table. Enjoy naval combat. Enjoy the feel of a woman. And taste what you ate for breakfast, all in the same moment.
It's quite impressive, actually.
Also, stop eating oatmeal. It tastes like ass.
I mean, you get what you can.
Well, fix it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll get right on it as soon as I am capable of getting on that
You
conversation.
will get on it tonight. For I have business with Lestat, just as I have business with you, Darby.
And you got a
Lucrative business.
portal door. You can just over to.
He snaps his finger, and the sauna door blasts open and shows you, Dr. Watts, back to your inn room.
I'm gonna just like shake my head and walk back into the room, like
Dr.
Yeah.
Watts is
exasperated at this point.
I will start heading back to the room.
tonight, Darby. Remember, I see and feel it all.
Yep. And I will walk through the door.
Also, use lotion. Your hands are starting to peel and dry.
Oh, what? Really? Even the interdimensional weird guy.
Okay, sure. Yeah. I'll go find some somewhere. I'll just close the door.
You walk through the door, and as you walk through, it shuts, and before you is the door to your room in the inn.
That was a fun romp, wasn't it?
What is going on, man?
I feel like you already understand exactly what's going on here.
But what do you need power for in the first place? Why would you get yourself worked up with this dude, and now you're stuck on this huge thing? You could have just been at home.
There's reasons. There's many reasons why one would need more power.
Such as?
Such as, you know, needing more power.
If you don't want to tell me, then don't tell me. But you have to tell the rest of the group that we have an interdimensional being that apparently can see and hear everything we say. So we have one more person who clearly knows will find all the map pieces exactly when we do.
I have a feeling he just doesn't care about that. He's more into the gold kind of thing. And that is not gold, so he doesn't really care.
You don't think that's something that can get gold? What if he asks you to do something with it that we need to stop the thing?
Well, that's a decision I'll have to make then, won't it be?
Suppose so.
There's only so much I can control in this situation. And believe me, if I had more control of it, we would not need to go talk to the stat tonight, but we gotta go wake everyone up.
Yep. I will start heading out to go wake up everyone else.
All right, Jamie makes the rounds and rouses Ruma, Sentinel, and Arthur.
I'll
Well-
bring them over to a room and be like, Darby has something to tell all of us. Right, Darby?
Yeah, I suppose I do. It would have been nice if he gave us directions, actually, when I think about it. I have no idea where their camp is. But we need to go have a
mile
conversation.
South, didn't he?
Yeah, he said a mile south.
Did he say I didn't hear a direct, I just heard a mile. But that's fair.
It's a mile south.
Okay. Well, we need to go have a conversation with Lestat and his men. Like, as soon as possible.
Why?
So, Ruma, you weren't there. You don't know Sue. Dr. Watts has already mentioned that Sue is a being of immense power, right? And how there was one that resides in our world named Gamorg, which is, it's not correct, it's actually Gamar. I may or may not have a contract with him in which I need to do things, and he gives me part of his power. And he has told me that I need to go have a conversation with Lestat, and I am definitely not doing that alone. I will probably die.
And Darby's employer also sees and hears and feels, he made sure to let us know that, everything that Darby experienced.
Is this Gamora God?
You could say that.
I mean, God, well, Dr. Jamie's going to start saying something and then now has to reconsider.
Yeah, not fully understand how to answer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but, in a sense, yes, you could call him a god.
Interesting.
You just like met him one day. You just
You probably wouldn't believe it. It was actually playing cards.
Your issues are no concern to me. We have a map piece to retrieve.
No, we still got a day for that.
I thought I was ready today.
In the morning.
It's like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Wait, you woke me up in the middle of the night?
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Hey, it's not my fault that Gamar wanted me to do this at like 2 in the morning, alright? I didn't.
Oh, you want me to go talk to Lestat right
Yeah.
now?
In the middle of the night, yes.
Ruma's going back into his room and closing the door. I thought it was morning. This is stupid.
I'm gonna need to get the big guy in here because there's no way we're doing this without him.
Ruma is apparently working with a functioning, sense of fear. Anyone else?
Oh, believe me, if I didn't have to do this, I wouldn't.
You keep using the words "have to." but I
Ruma
would
isn't
like-
scared. He has no quarrel with Lestat.
He has
He
no
just
reason
doesn't want
to
to
do
go
this.
somewhere at 2 in the morning.
It's 11 p.m., not 2 in the morning.
Well, somebody said 2 a.m.
I did.
and it stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's 11 p.m. and Ruma ate 2 helpings of shrimp and grits with 3 biscuits of 4 cheese blend. So Ruma wants to sleep.
Yeah, that's why. And I said, you don't actually have to. So far, it's if you don't, he's gonna take away Darby's magical powers because apparently Darby is not a wizard or
No.
a sorcerer.
I am not.
Just
I believe the technical term is warlock.
well,
Anyone else? Anyone else, please.
doesn't seem like there's much we can do about it now. Darby's in it.
Yeah, unless you want me to be completely unable to help in any capacity for the foreseeable future, we need to have a conversation with Lestat.
So if we don't want to die later, we have to die now.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, but at least in one of these scenarios, I can at least cast spells. So
Doesn't that apply to like all instances of life?
Yeah,
You don't
pretty
want
much,
to die
yeah.
later. Just die now.
Oh.
It's Stan's next sales gig. Early
Yeah,
death.
Life insurance. Just...
he's already sold half-used life insurance before.
You'll never get your life insurance if you wait till you die later.
Always
Collect
die
the money.
This big pitch.
Oh wow.
Regardless, we're gonna need big man. There's absolutely no way we do this without him.
All right.
Well,
That's up to you. Go convince your dude.
Oh, that's fair. All right, Darby will just walk on over to Ruma's room and knock on the door, I suppose.
He ain't answering any knocks. Don't be silly.
Yeah, I kind of figured. All right, I'm just gonna try to open the door. I'm assuming it's.
Did you lock it, Ruma?
Probably, yeah.
It's locked then.
Okay. What do I got? What can I do here? Spell wise, I cannot necessarily bust that down. I'm gonna need someone to pick this lock.
Sentinel?
yes. The most dexterous of us all.
Well, is Arthur there?
Arthur is there.
Yeah.
I know. I
He's-
said Sentinel anyway.
He's
Fair
so upset that he has yet to talk.
Yeah. Darby, look what you did to him.
Oh my god. All right. Well, never mind. Look, Ruma. I understand.
just-
This is.
You just hear real deep, loud snoring.
You don't have
You
to wait
can't
any
tell if
moment.
it's real or fake snoring, but it is snoring.
All right. Look. I get it. You're not in any of this mess, and you don't have to be in any of this mess. But, as I just said to them, if you want me to continue to be any kind of useful and actually have the ability to cast spells, there's no way we can do this without you there. It is going to be absolutely too chaotic.
Simply stop believing in false gods.
That's not... I think you have a misunderstanding here. Don't think of it as believing in a god so much as it is I've made a contract, and part of the contract is I get power.
He said, "Imagine Pip." You'll hear some thuds and some clunking, and Ruma will unlock the door, and he's got the most just,
But he is in his bunny slippers.
and he's in his bunny slippers. Ruma would have bunny slippers. It's
Yeah,
canon.
Ruma's the kind of guy to have buddy slippers.
He's in bunny slippers.
He likes his comfort.
And when I
Exactly.
mean bunny slippers, is they're actual rabbits that he hollowed out and turned into shoes.
Oh god.
No.
That's terrible.
No.
They're the bunny people from the other.
Oh, no.
No, not Cornhole Kenny.
Not Cornhole Kenny. One of them's Cornhole Kenny.
No.
That'd be terrible.
Backhanded.
Wearing the
Oh.
Cornhole Kenny shoes gives you a +1
No.
to all cornhole rolls.
Cornhole Kenny is currently on his way to being a horrible dictator. Of
Yeah, he is on his way to
Yeah.
being a warlord.
He is. He is.
That's true.
He may be at war with Queen Zatina right now.
I would love
For
that.
their- yeah.
He seems like he's about to be a warlord on a bad day.
Yeah.
That's one of our
Good.
Fable 3 good actions, bad consequences. thing.
Got a lot of those.
Yeah, you let the kids free from the salt mines, but you don't have any salt to feed your people.
All right. With my blank expressionless face, I'll say, "Give me a moment," and I'll just close the door on Darby again as he hears more clanking around. Presumably, the sound of taking off my bunny slippers and putting on armor.
Like the bunny
Or
slippers
emerges.
clank.
Ruma emerges in armor.
Well, we got about a mile to go.
Where?
South. You gotta go
I'll
to the-
start walking.
All right. Okay, he's on the way. All right. Well,
All right, you guys can start heading toward south of Grutters. So you travel just a ways outside of Grutters to the south, and you see a large encampment bearing the sigil of Sickle and Sword. Tents and caravans have created an almost fortress-like appearance, and it is clear that Sickle and Sword means to get Mila's rocket one way or another. They've actually set up like makeshift like wall posts around this encampment. So not like huge stone walls, but kind of these like wooden palisade kind of things to make this almost fort-like thing. And as you walk down the road, you see this is like just off to the side, outside the woods, and there's guards. There's heavily armored guards standing at the gate or the entrance to this place.
oh,
Ruma will just walk up, leading the group.
All right, you walk up to the guards, which immediately they kind of block your path. The one guy, they're both smaller than you, Ruma, but they're about as heavily armored, and they almost appear to be like knight in a way. They're in this very thick plate armor. They have like this encrusted sigil of Sickle and Sword, which is it's a sickle and a sword crossed on their breastplate. And the one goes, "Halt."
Does the Sickle and Sword Company like garner respect or more fear? I mean, in this town, definitely fear, but like across the continent here.
1 second. Looks like
maybe he's having some audio trouble.
Jamie lost his audio, so I'm gonna give him just a
Oh.
moment to see if he can restore before I start making a bunch of descriptions.
Good call. Good call.
It's the stream of technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Today.
I haven't had a technical difficulty stream in a while.
I was gonna say we always get like one or two, like you
Yeah,
know,
it was like
nestled
one a
in
month.
there.
Every like several weeks, there's usually one that just pops in.
Can you hear? Yay, nay? I'm assuming a nay.
Right, yeah, I'm assuming that's
Seems-
a big no.
Seems a nay.
That's a nay.
No, okay.
That's so weird.
It's so weird that it just like randomly cut out, yeah.
I think he's
Alright,
gonna-
A
He's gonna
restart on the big old computer there. Oh, and there goes all the cameras.
Yep, and there he goes. Yep, and
There goes the overlay.
Camera pane.
There, that doesn't fix it at all.
Well,
Yeah, it
if
kinda
no one
fixes
cares
it.
being here a few minutes after 10:30, it's not a big deal.
Oh,
Can
yeah,
you
wow,
hear
that was
us?
fast.
Can you hear us?
Yes,
Okay,
Hey.
Aha!
there we go. That was weird.
Victory.
that was weird.
That was very weird.
All right, I'm
Very
back.
strange.
So, real quick, Jamie, when your audio cut out,
Mhm.
you guys arrived at this. Did you hear about the fort description? So you've come upon their encampment, and it's fort-like. They have this like wooden wall they've erected around it. Not a huge wall. It probably only goes up to like about a waist,
Mhm.
but it's like those spiked palisade kind of walls that make them difficult to get over.
Yeah.
Ruma has just gone and approached these two heavily armored like knight-like guards, and he had asked the question out of character, what's the attitude around sickle and sword, which I was about to answer. So there's three major companies in Igarith. There's Anvil, which is the largest, Field, which is the next biggest, and then the smallest and the upstart company of the three is Sickle and Sword. All of their products have basically undercut everything in price, and they are treated more like the mafia than the other two companies, which are deemed as more reputable businesses.
Gotcha. All right. Ruma will give a slight head nod, and then motion and point directly at Darby and say, "This one requests an audience with Lestat."
The kind of guards look at each other.
Yeah.
Do you believe that this is the one that the master spoke of about an hour ago?
Yes.
You, with the funny hat, step forward.
I wouldn't call it funny, but sure, why not?
Remove thy hat.
I'll take the hat. I mean, I'm holding it, but I'll take it off.
He appears to be the one. Blue-haired dusk elf. Come, you will have a meeting with Lestat per his orders. Consider yourself fortunate.
Oh, that was much easier than I expected it to be. Well, Darby will put his hat back on.
They turn and lead you inside the encampment. All around you, there's all these tents that they have, they've erected that people can sleep in, and there's different things going on inside of them to kind of keep this encampment going. But the thing that strikes you most of all is this is not a traveling troop kind of encampment. This is not a just large commune kind of encampment. This reminds you more of a war encampment. These people are sharpening weapons, preparing armor, almost as if they are ready to go to battle. And not a small battle, a we will destroy you battle. No one really pays you much mind as the guards lead you to the chief's tent, a multi-floored and room tent, the likes that you've never seen. As you are brought inside the main room, which sort of looks like a place where tactical strategies would be planned, you see a long table with a map drawing of the village of Grutters. Pieces are scattered across the map's surface. Sitting at the end of the table and resting his hands on his chin, the masked Lestat waits for you.
Was everybody escorted in, or was it just Darby?
All of you are escorted in.
I'm just gonna hold my hand out for Darby to go do his thing.
Yes.
I'm gonna study the map in the distance, see if I can kind of discern what their plan is.
Lestat kind of looks up, as much as you can tell with a kind of expressionless blank mask. Ah. You've arrived just as he said you would.
Well, you know him. Don't really get much of a choice with him.
No, Gamar is, he's a difficult fellow to deal with, isn't he?
Indeed.
I believe this is the first time you and I have ever met before. Darby, what's your last name? I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Lyodel.
Lyondell. It's correct. You're the one who got a hold of my locket, aren't you?
Well, I mean, the underlings don't really have good hands on them sometimes, you know.
You know what the really funny thing is? I gave that locket to that guy. Because I could. I didn't really even want it. So, fuck off, right?
He put it up in a bet, so...
It's interesting, though, to find out such things are a little more valuable than you give them credit for. Something I will have to remember in my future business dealings. But you and I have a bit of a business dealing right now. don't we, Darby? Per him, it would
No.
seem.
No, he didn't really give me much information about what this would be about, other than that we needed to have a talk.
Oh, he didn't tell you?
No, just that I need to come here and talk to you, and that's
No,
it.
of course he didn't tell you. Why would he tell you? Gamad never tells anyone anything unless it
No.
suits him, does he?
Exactly.
It'd be so much easier if he briefed people, like in a status meeting or something like that. Something that would just take 15 minutes and happen every day at the same time, despite no one having anything new or interesting to say. But we do it because it's tradition, and it's how business works.
Yeah, sure.
Well, as I'm sure you've gathered, Grutters is home to a very interesting piece of technology.
Interesting
Something that
is certainly a word for it.
something that I've invested a lot of money in. A lot of money in.
If I remember right, it was what, about 100,000?
She told you low then.
I could be misremembering.
Try
Just kind of
two.
said more in passing.
A
That's
large
still a lot.
sum of money, closer to 200,000 gold pieces. Something that my shareholders and investors are not too pleased about, considering that the creator has decided to shirk us, and we have yet to see a finished product, which is why I am here today. Darby, do you know what happens when somebody shirks Sickle and Sold Company after we've made such a large investment?
Well, I haven't heard of anyone doing it, so I assume they, don't get to tell the tale.
Exactly. It doesn't end well. You see, Sickle and Sold is not in the business of cheating people. We're not in the business of robbing people. We're in the business of making money. And if people choose to make money off of our back, or cheat us out of the money we're owed, well, it can be difficult to say what can happen to them. It depends on the amount of money. What do you believe 200,000 gold pieces would net in terms of punishment?
Well, that's more money than I've ever seen in my entire life, so probably something very severe.
Friends of Darby, tell me, what would you think 200,000 gold pieces would net in terms of punishment?
I'm not gonna try to talk to LESTAT if I can help it.
Okay. Ah, if your friends are speechless, are they that intimidated by me?
Hard to say sometimes with them.
It is alright. Though, I could use their help as well. Let's get down to brass tacks real quick, Darby. Our plan is to reclaim this project. Reclaim what is Sickle and Sold's and not this village's. And I want your help. And I'm willing to give you a boon if you do.
Have any more details?
Oh, well. What have you heard of the name LESTAT? What rumors have circled around about me?
Do you just not know, or
Oh, I know, I just like hearing people say it to me.
I haven't really heard anything that outside of the normal ones.
It must appear odd that a man like me can be in so many places at one time.
I mean, I don't really judge what people with a lot of money can do. I'm assuming they have ways.
We do have ways. Ways that require a bit of play, a bit of illusion. I am LESTAT, and I run Sickle and Sold Company. Just as I would like to offer to you to be LESTAT and run Sickle and Sold Company.
I don't know if I'm following.
I'm following, and that makes sense because you don't even know who I am.
It is an excellent point that your friend has seemed to have picked up on. As Lestat goes to speak further, he is silenced as a door magically appears in the room, and out from it steps Gamar.
First time I've ever seen you outside the bounty. That's
I-
questionable.
I'm
Stop
gonna
using
use
him.
I'm gonna use divine sense to get the idea of good or evil in this room. Is everybody popping up evil? Well, I don't know about Lestat.
Gamar should
yeah.
be lawful evil.
Yeah, so Gamar does pop up as evil, but he does not pop up as any of the races that your thing would say. Lestat is more neutral than evil. I don't know if you can sense that, but
No, I could just detect good and evil. I imagine if I can't detect it, then I would assume neutral.
Yeah, that's fair.
Darby, I usually like to set foot on this realm occasionally, and generally prefer my bounty, but I've arranged this meeting for reasons. Fun reasons.
Well, it's always fun with you.
Darby, you have to understand something here, and I don't mean to cut off my other protege here, because that would just be mean. But you're not the only one contracted with me. Oh, far from it.
I
No,
assumed as much.
I would like to introduce you to Lestat here. Or perhaps I should not call you Lestat because that is not your real name, nor is it your full designation because he, as you friend I believe has figured out, is one of 13 Lestats that runs Sickle and Sword Company. Or perhaps I should say, my company.
I mean,
Whoa.
if I'm being completely honest, I picked up on that he meant there was more than one of him. I was just seeing if he would tell me.
Glad to see you're an intelligent person, Darby. Sometimes I worry about you when we talk. You know, a few nuggets short of a kid's meal occasionally. No offense.
I just like to fill out the situation more often than not.
Eh,
Not get short of a
Unders-
kid's meal.
understandable. No, there's something a little more interesting here, though, Darby. The reason I brought you two together because I've wanted my two only proteges to come together to speak with each other and to become whole again in a certain way. Because not only would I like to introduce you to Lestat, but I would like to introduce you to the real Lestat. His name is Cyrano Lockhart. He is not only one of my mouths of Stickle and Salt, he's also you. And Lestat removes his mask and reveals himself to look identical to you, Darby.
What?
Huh. That's...
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Magic portals. Every time there's a magic portal, it's something like this.
It's like when there was future Fredrickson. What a trip.
Future evil Fredrickson.
Evil Fredrickson.
What? I'm gonna need, like, a lot of explanation right now.
Excellent! Oh, this is my favorite part of the story, where I sit back and tell you a long exposition of your backstory that you didn't understand. Riveting. Truly. Now, Darby, you remember when we first met in that gambling hall, right?
Of course. It was a great night for me, and then you showed up, and then it started losing a lot.
Yes, and you managed to beat me the one time.
Yeah, I mean,
But you know that I let you win, right?
I mean, when you don't look at your cards, it's hard to not let someone let you in.
True. Here's the thing, though, Darby. I have known you a little longer than our first meeting. You never knew your parents, because your parents sold you as a child to me. And you were but a wee babe for some wealth, a bit of bounty. And where they are now, I do not know. Perhaps sailed across the Elysian Sea, far out to another continent, like Helios, or perhaps north to Orlin. But who cares? I had what I wanted. I had a protege. But you must understand that things get very, very boring for a god like me, or an Archon, as some like to refer to me as. So boring, in fact, though, that I decided that having one protege was not enough. So I took you as a babe, and I split you into two. Cut you straight in half, and regenerated you into two separate beings. One who would be Cyrano Lockhart, the other Darby Lyondell. One gifted to my operations here on the Vanatirian Peninsula, sickle and soul to be groomed and brought up in wealth, business, in power. The other to be sent to an orphanage where he would bide his time. Both biding their time until they were old enough to accept my powers and prove to me which was more worthy of me. When you live forever, Darby, life gets boring, let me tell you. This is my bit of fun that I plan to hide. Have.
That's just a lot to take in. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense either, but sure. We'll go
I
with
can
it.
understand. It is a lot to take in. Which is why I have decided to bring both of my proteges together for the first time. Maybe a bit tad premature, but when Cyrano asked, I thought it was time to give him a boon. So I brought you here to assist him. To bring you into the family. I'm impressed, Darby. I like to insult you a little bit. I like to make you feel shitty about yourself if I can, but it comes out of a place of love. Fatherly love.
But what exactly is the situation here? What's going on? What are we doing?
This time Cyrano talks. It's easy. You will become the 14th Lestat of Sickle and Sword, and you will help us take the rocket from Grutters as your first assignment. And then we will return to Igarith and bask in the power of our master.
What will
And
you
if
use
I-
the rocket for?
Yeah, and if I don't manage to accomplish that,
To answer the question of the large fellow in the back, that is proprietary information to Sickle and Sold Company. You would need a proper level clearance to be privy to that information.
Oh, but the fact that there's 13 of you and you're not one person, that's something you can give out for free? Sweet. Awesome. So it must be really great what you're doing with the rocket.
We've offered that information up freely to you because we plan on bringing Darby into the fold, and we would hope that the rest of you would like to join the fold as well. Sickle and Sold offers exceptional benefits, payment, lodging, if you would like.
That is a really big gamble on 3 people that you don't. 4 people. You
4
don't
people.
really know.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
3
that,
people
I
and a
think
guardian
that-
fowl, but
I think Sentinel's a person.
it's
They say
just-
so.
Not the time. Not
look,
the time.
no, I do too. I was, because you
Darby,
said 3
you
people
look
first.
like an ass.
All right, I get it. Okay, I didn't mean it like that. He looks like a giant chicken. We all know he looks like a giant chicken.
I'm just gonna give Sentinel a pat on the back.
I'm
will
sorry,
also-
Sentinel. I
I
didn't
will
mean it
also
like that, and you know I didn't mean it like that. Let's get back on the topic here, okay?
I think that my Lestat is smarter than this one, and he just accidentally spilled the beans. Now he's trying to cover up for it. Makes me feel a little bit better about the one that I know.
Well, the other
I know.
Lestats do not possess massive cosmic powers from our true leader of the company, so believe what you would like there.
Okay. 13.
13.
Yeah, how do you guys designate between each other? Do you just know what? Do you have a number system, or
I think
are
it
you
goes
number
from
1? Are you number 13?
We do
clearly
not.
13.
We do not necessarily designate numbers. We are all equals, but separate at the same time. And you, my friend, would be the 14th.
See, you're equal except for you. You'd be the 14th, meaning that he's the 13th.
He brings up a good point.
If you would actually like to know, Cyrano is the 8th Lestat.
Interesting. And he's
8th one I've picked.
is he like the main head honcho then? Because he's got the direct line into you, or
You could say that. Though
Okay.
I like to view my Lestats as all equal children that I kind of dole out the goods to in different ways. Now, none of them have my powers like Cyrano or yourself, but hey, we've talked before.
sure. All right. No,
Mad.
that tracks, I guess. So we need to steal a rocket. Is what you're saying? That's what you want us to
No, we are not stealing a rocket. These people have far exceeded them. We are taking the rocket by force and razing the mansion and the entire village to the ground.
do? No, I don't know if you know this. There's like two extremely powerful vampires that live there, right? Like you're aware of that. You know that that's the thing that goes on there.
Immensely aware, which is why we have prepared. I believe that vampires are weak against holy water. We have it in supply.
Why would you raise the entire village?
Because they have shirked sickle and soul. What message would we send if not to let those suffer who reside under those who make poor decisions?
Well, I mean, in fairness, they had nothing to do with it. In fact, they probably don't even know that you exist outside of showing up now.
Well then, that is their fault for agreeing with leadership that believes it to be a good idea to go back on deals that some have spent a great deal of money on.
You see how this guy's the 13th, right? You see how the logic isn't there.
I don't know about 13, but 8 for sure.
Mm.
I mean, I'm sure you talked to her, right? You know that it's close. It's not quite done, but it's close.
We don't want it done, not for what she wants. We just want it as it is, and she refuses to give it to us.
That's because she wants it to be finished.
And she is wrong. She is not the one who invested in it. I am. Sword and Sickle are. Your master is.
Well, that's fair, I guess. Now, if I may ask, what exactly was the deal? My understanding from from her is that you gave her the money to make this rocket, and she is fulfilling her end of the bargain, as far as I know.
Bargain was to be fulfilled months ago. She has now exceeded the time limit, which means that I am here to take the product.
Naturally.
So take the product and leave the city alone.
Yeah, I don't understand. I get it, you're sending a message and whatnot, but you're sending a message to people that don't care,
They know
that have nothing to
about
do
what
with
happened.
this.
They didn't even know what was going on.
And I do not care about them either.
So you risk your own people in a fight with a vampire overlord and his equally or semi-equally powerful genius daughter, all to send a message that if you don't know that someone else might have accidentally in some way screwed your company, that you will kill everybody. That's not even good business.
You're right with it not being good business. But I don't like being screwed over.
I don't think many people do.
Not going for business, he's going for fear.
Well, there's the nail.
People won't even buy your stuff. They won't even work with you. That doesn't make any sense. You'd have to leave at least somebody alive to tell what happened, and then no one would work with you. It'd be better just to take your thing and make an example out of the vampire people. Not
we
that
will
you
make-
should do that.
And we will make an example out of them. In some way. I'm sure the world will not be too upset, though, with 2 dead vampires. In fact, it may send the opposite message that I'd like to send right now.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie though, that is a fair point.
Yeah. No.
Sickle and Soul has the opportunity to overtake both Anvil and Shield with the completion of this project, with our obtaining of this product. In fact, the very land that Grutchers stands on now is ours. The deal made with Mila, the 200,000 pieces, not only was for the rocket, but was for the development of the land to build the rocket. Have you seen it before? Have you seen the intricate constructs that she's placed underneath the village to house such a feat? All built with sickle and sold money. Those people are as much mine as the rocket, as much Gamar's as the rocket.
Can't buy people like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I fully agree with that sentiment.
Well, you don't have to agree with it. You just have to do it. I'm offering you power, Darby. Come on. You've grown up kissing people's boots. Surely this must be what you want.
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. Power is what I want, but this is not the power that I want.
Then what power do you want? Sickle and Soul is poised to become the most profitable company in all of Elyssia, not just the Vanatirian Peninsula. You'd be inundated with riches, power, women, whatever you wanted. You don't want that?
Can't say that I do.
Cyrano is shocked, disturbed a little bit. He sits back. He looks over to Daddy Gamar for a moment, waiting for him to interject in a way. And Gamar just sitting in a chair next to Cyrano, legs crossed, finger kind of in this pose, taps his fingers on his desk or on the table. Oh, it seems he might have you there, my friend. Darby's been an interesting one. Perhaps a different lifestyle has convinced him of a different, well, set of morals. Would you say that, Darby? Would you say you have morals?
I mean, given the situation here is burn down an entire town and kill all of its people for a thing that'll be done in 3 days, yeah, I'd say it's different morals.
I respect that, Darby. I respect it a lot. But there's one small piece here. I rule Sickle and Sold. I run it, it's my company. Would you go against me?
I mean, I've been working for you without having to be a part of Sickle and Sword the entire time. I don't see why that needs to change.
Because I want it to change. I want my proteges to come together, make a difference, make me more money. You're not making me enough money doing what you're doing.
That's valid. That's all I got to say in response to that. It's just, that's fair.
So, is your decision to side with vampires who've stolen a rocket from your master, stolen what's rightfully mine? Are you gonna come home? Are you gonna get that power that you want, Darby? From me. Because it's the only place you can get it. And the only place you'll ever get it is from me.
You know, having lived in Igorith for most of my life, I can't say that Sickle and Sword is my home.
A decision has been made. Cyrano, I regret to inform you that your other half will not be joining us as the 14th Lestat. It is a shame, really, if I had to state it. I liked you, Darby. I like the fun we had. I like the fact that we could sit in a sauna together. You fully clothed, me butt-ass naked. I like the fact that we could play cards together. I like that we could drink together. I don't think we ever drank together. Did we ever drink together?
Well, it probably happened at least once at some point, I'm sure. I mean, I've been in the hall a bunch.
Infinite cosmic power, and I can't remember what I ate for breakfast the day before. Regardless, I respect your decision, Darby. And I hope you respect mine. And he snaps his finger. Darby, your hit points are reduced to 10. All your stats are reduced to 10. You are no longer bound by contract, Kugamar.
Hey, let's go!
Whoa.
I gotta do so much overriding!
And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Oh my god.
Oh man, this is gonna be a hot minute of
Darby.
fixing things up.
Ooh, that got spicy.
Yeah.
What?
I'll have to make sure I remember to
Oh,
remove
Ethan,
all
that
these
was good.
overrides.
That was great stuff.
I override max HP. 10. There we go.
Teen.
Good old standard civilian stats.
Even though technically my base stat
Yeah.
line was different, but that is fair.
You know,
I
your base
love it.
stat line was. I will say you can go down to your base
Okay.
stat. That is a.
Yeah,
good point.
I'll go fix that in a minute then. Because I'll have to go through all my stuff.
That is an excellent.
I'm probably gonna forget to say it next week. So I just want to say it now. If we leave, Ruma would have been like, we could have slept, and the outcome would have been the same.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Cosmic beings are gonna constantly ruin things for little people.
Yeah.
Dr. Jamie is feeling unconflicted about his
Ah.
previous thought processes.
Man, this is a good story arc. I'm invested. I've been invested. I didn't expect the other Darby or the
No, I didn't expect
getting
that either.
completely rid of all of his stats.
That one, that at the end, that got me. But when
Oh yeah.
you pieced it, you were like, "Oh yeah, this Lestat." I was like, "Oh snap!" There's multiple Lestats. That's
Little astutes.
13 Lestats. It was interesting when I was
cool.
working on the spin-off for like 30 Minutes or Fantasy, which I ended up stopped writing because I was having trouble writing it. It actually had one of the other Lestats as the villain. So this Lestat was different than that Lestat. So they like acted different and it had like different things going on. So it was kind of interesting.
That's cool. That's really cool.